Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. It's Wednesday, aka Hump Day. Thank you for being here with me. I apologize that this show had to be rescheduled from last week to this week. Things happen. 2.5 minutes in, I can say shit now. Shit happens. And I appreciate you all being here. Tonight, we're going to be talking with Darren from Whiskey Jack Toys. We're going to talk about all manner of awesome, independent, large scale dollies. And first and foremost, I'd like to bring in my friend, hot off his updated toy room tour video, Mr. MVargo.
What's up, guys?
What's up, dude? What are you doing?
Dude.
What's up, bro? Are you out 2-hour chat, dude, bro?
Not in a while, but
I'm going to go ahead and bring in my 2-hour chat dude, bro, Mr. MVargo.
2-hour chat dude, bros.
2-hour chat dude, bros. Yeah, you better be a 2-hour chat dude, bro. You can't be here. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just happy to be here.
Oh, very cool. Our good friend Bear 11 Charlie says, what a great way to spend a Wednesday night watching It's Chad and a hockey game at the same time.
Picture in picture.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Apparently the chat was very quiet until like the intro started, and then I guess it just flooded in.
They were just waiting, anticipation.
Yeah.
Bated breath.
Yeah. We're going to bring Darren in here in a second, but speaking of guys who do rad indie toy stuff, what's up, Mikey? Good to see you, brother. And our good friend David Carlier. David, thanks, David, for the $5 super chat, and says, welcome back, Chad. I appreciate you, my friend. It's good to be back. Yeah, it's been a minute. I didn't do shit for a week, man. I didn't do a video on Monday. I didn't do a 3-minute thirsty for members. Nothing. I didn't game stream with Jay. I mean, you know why, right? A couple people know why I had some things going on. So
he wasn't slacking off.
Work-life balance, right? Yeah. I mean, loved ones always come first. Tom, what's up, brother? Says, good evening, all. Let's roll on this Wednesday night. Tom made me this guy here. He's fun. Because, these shelves are for all my sentimental pieces. I got to keep them near and dear. Judge Dreads is here. What's up, brother? Nicotronis is Ninja Franz, trademark. Speaking of Ninja Franz, yeah, we got a Ninja Fran that we got to bring in, right?
Yep.
He just has to remember that Nicotronis owns the trademark for Ninja Franz, right? That's just how it goes.
Yep.
Robert, what's up, man? Good to see you. Larkins Lair says, man, I'm looking forward to some freaking ninjas. That's why we had to put Sho Kasugi in the wah, right? In the intro.
Yep.
Had to have him in there. Gonzo's here. What's up, my dude? One of my favorite YouTube handles ever, Stinky Cat Butt, says, look at that freshly shaved dome. It's generally pretty freshly shaved. It's just, in the pregame, channel member said, nah, man, don't wear the hat. It's no hat November. So says this guy right here. Yeah.
You okay if I leave it open? Okay, hi, Chad.
She just got off work.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, girl. Hey,
Chad.
hey, girl. Hey, girl. Yeah, that's good to. Well, I didn't see her, but I heard her. Yeah. Cool. Cruising through. Aaron Nichols says, yes, thank you all for an evening of toy talk. Well, yeah, we're here just to share our love of dollies and talk with some awesome people. Speaking of which, Eric Teixeira, what's up, Eric? Good to see you, man. Ed Cannon says, how on earth did your channel survive? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We all know what you're talking about. Don't worry about it. We get it. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Our good friend Ryan Laserpants, who survived a cyclone and a power outage, didn't have to resort to eating garbage. Chad is freshly
Just chose to eat
and I
garbage.
ain't talking about his head, or am I? It's all the same, dude. It's all the same. Yeah. The carpet. The carpet matches the curtains, if you know what I'm saying.
Too much.
For all you non-channel members, I got a new one.
Just checking in. Have you drank water today? Did you eat? Did you take your meds?
That's some nightmare fuel, right?
Yeah.
It's all good. Headcanon says Chad is going for the Manscaped sponsorship. Yeah, man. Lawnmower 5.0, the It's Chad edition. Here we go. Brad Davenport. What's up, brother? Says, hey there, all you dolly loving chat dude, bro dudes. James Lucas, Roll Keeper, says TMI chat. Oh, it's just a joke. Get over it. God. You want to know something that's not a joke? Ninjas. O-ring
Not a
ninjas.
joke.
To talk about O-ring ninjas, we have all the way from parts unknown. The offices of whiskey. Oh, fuck it. What's up, Darren? What's going on, dude?
Hey, how you doing?
How are
you doing? Good.
Yeah. I haven't seen you since Joe Fest last year.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long year.
Yeah. How are things?
Good. Yeah. I mean, it depends on what part of the things you're talking about. Some of the things are great. Some of the things aren't. But generally speaking, yeah, I guess things are good.
I feel that. Trust me, I feel that. Yeah. Yeah, I know how you feel. How's Whiskey Jack doing? How are things?
Good. I mean,
the dollies.
Yeah, it's been a really it's been a month. It's been a rough month. So C.H.A.O.S, the Kickstarter is going right now. It's only got a couple days left, and to be honest, it doesn't look like it's going to fund, which is sad. I mean, there might be a final couple of days rally to sort of bring it up. That does happen. It's happened more often than not, but yeah. I'm trying to make peace with the idea that it might not fund and come up with a backup plan. But yeah, the everything with Hidden Force has it went through a whole run of new issues this month. Not bad ones, good ones, but there's just a lot to sift through.
Right.
And then and then I've got my business, which has been it's needed my help about 15-16 hours a day every day for about the whole month. So it really sidelined everything I wanted to do with C.H.A.O.S, and it's unfortunate. It obviously paid the price, but yeah, I mean, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about Hidden Force first, and we can talk about the status of everything?
Sure, the floor is yours, my friend.
Awesome. Okay, well,
it's all yours, and if anybody has questions for you in the chat, I'll just star them and we'll get to them, and we'll just go for it, man. We'll just have
sounds good. Yeah. Well, so Hidden Force. Let's see, where do I start? They did the tooling. I have mentioned this in a few other places, but I'll skip forward and cover more than I did in the other ones. So they did the tooling months and months ago, and got back and forth. We approved the tooling. We're like, that's great, fantastic, go for it. And then we didn't hear from them for a couple of months, and then they were like, okay, well, we're getting ready to now run the figures. And we're like, what? You finished the tooling, and 2.5 months or 3 months almost went by before they made the tooling to when they actually started making the figures. And when they went to make the figures, the tooling for the arms was broken. And I think we told everybody that immediately, as soon as that happened. Anyways, so they redid the arms, back on schedule, produced the figures, showed us all the bins of all the parts. We're like, fantastic, we're back on track. And then another couple months go by. We're like, why haven't they, we should have paint samples in hand by now, or finished product in hand by now. And they're like, hey, we're going to get ready to paint now. And we're like, what? Like, bruh, you gave us paint samples 6 months ago that we approved, and now you're just getting to painting. So the unfortunate thing is, and someday we'll release them, but we don't want them out there right now causing a panic. But the when they went back and showed us now that they're painting their first run at painting, they messed them up so bad. So one of the characters has a whited out eye that because of a scar, and they gave that to every single character. They gave the wrong tampos, wrong colors, wrong paint apps to almost everybody, and we're like, what are you doing? Like, you sent these to us and we approved them, and now you're just starting over again. Like, so anyways, as I said, I've been so busy. One of our partners, his name's Chad as well. Chad jumped in and said, I'll take over dealing with the factory for this month because you
Look,
just got
everybody needs at least one
at least
Chad in their life.
they save your day. They
You
save the
gotta
day.
have a Chad, at least one Chad. Maybe have a backup Chad. But
Yeah.
at least have one Chad.
Yeah. So Chad's, he got them back on track. And everything's, everything's running. We're great. We're happy. They're painting the figures now. We're good. And then the newest thing that cropped up in the last few days was we approved the accessories so long ago, like 9 months ago, the final paint apps on the accessories, the everything. Anyways, one of the key things that one of the key features that we love, and that Matt, the designer of everything, my partner, he painstakingly made sure every single piece was compatible with Lego. We figured that any kid could pick up one figure, and if they have Lego at home, which, current research shows that every single child on earth has some Lego, we just figured, then,
Or at least built to rule G.I. Joe.
right, yeah, or Lego compatible. And so we wanted to make it compatible with that so that kids had more already at home to play with. And so we had approved the weapons, all the accessories 9 months ago. Anyways, they just sent the final samples, the ones that are going to end up in the package, and they've annihilated the ability to build and rebuild the weapons. They've just molded them as a single piece. And we're like, what? No, like, what are you doing? We painstakingly did the weapons tree this way for that very purpose. So that's, we know that the previous versions exist, so we just have to get them to go back to that tooling. But it was just every single step. There's been huge mistakes from the factory, and it's very frustrating. But we're almost at packaging, and really, what can they screw up past that, right? We hope.
You better knock on wood.
Yeah,
Knock on wood. There we go.
You get a messed up eye, and you get a messed
Right?
up eye.
Oh my god.
They thought it was like the G.I. Joe trademark scar or something.
Yeah.
Real quick, Ryan, I wrenched you. You are a managing moderator, so moderate away, my friend.
Anyways, they're a couple months out, I hope. We seem to be coming to the end. And like I said before, we went with this factory. It's new to me. They've offered to help me before and were very gracious and helped me in a bit of a crisis period, but I didn't end up getting to utilize their full services. But Strike Force Alpha, Jason Shiremeyer, White Elephant Toys, you know him by many other names.
Yep.
He's there, and he's been there for 20 years, and he's produced, I think a lot of people don't understand that Jason's produced a ton of toys over the years. He's had his toys in Toys R Us back when Toys R Us was a thing for you guys. He's been around the block, and when he's like, "This is the only factory I use," I was like, "Perfect." Awesome.
I was going to ask you, which factory is that?
Offhand, they'll have crazy names. I don't even remember the name of the factory.
Right. Yeah.
I know all my contact people, but
everyone in the industry uses a factory that someone else in the industry uses because either they swear by it or you can physically see like this is the product that factory produces.
For sure. I can name probably 18 toy lines that share between 4 factories,
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, so he swore by them. And I realized now as we got into it, he had great turnaround, that very good communication. And then I realized that that's because he's got a 20-year relationship with them. Like we're the new kids on the block. We're the new ones added on. So we're getting second fiddle. We keep getting pushed back a bit. And I think that that's unavoidable. I think that's just going to happen no matter what factory we went to. any new factory was going to be, well, you're the new guys. We have to address our primary clients first, our long-term clients. So, yeah.
Well, Gerard says never go full Chad.
I never go full Chad. I go half
No,
Chad.
But you need at least one, right?
Yeah,
Everybody's got a
always.
Chad, right? You got your Chad.
Yeah.
Carson's got Chad Huckle, who he leans
Oh, yeah.
on and talks about, right? So
Good call. I
Chad
wouldn't,
Huckle, right?
yeah. I'm talking about Chad Smeltzer,
Yeah.
Matt and Chad Smeltzer, the twins. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got me.
Yeah.
Everybody's got me. Robert's Infinite Realm says, being cryptic, but in relation to Hidden Force, tell the Wonder Twins, Chad and Matt, that Zed said hey. Speaking of Wonder Twins, that Zed said hey, and he still has those security guards. That's an obscure reference, but I bet they'll get it.
Sure, absolutely. And I know Zed. I know he probably doesn't know me, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
and
I'll let
now
them
it's in
know.
here for
This is back in the C.H.A.O.S Customs days, and I'm sure that's Zed Hatch. And I was around back then, but I was such a lurker. So I've known all these guys for 25 years, and then they're like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm a lurker that never said anything."
I know
It's
everything
me,
about you.
Darren. I'm the guy who's gonna make fucking Ninja Force Road Pig.
Right? Yeah. How fun was that?
Or not.
I honestly can't wait for those to get in everybody's hands. I know that C.H.A.O.S would have gone a lot smoother if everybody had the first run of figures in their hands already. And that was always the intention. We were like, oh, well, let's put a good year and a bit between two toy lines so that we make sure that, people have toys in hand.
Yeah.
And then, of course, this timeline just didn't agree.
Yeah, shit happens. Raymond's here, and Raymond says, hey, Chad, Mr. Vargo, and Chaos, have a great show. 20 days sick.
Ugh.
Dude.
Oh,
Feel better, my friend. Do you know what's not a joke? Science.
It's science, people! Science! Science!
Yeah, he totally set that up for me. He 100% set it up for me. David, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, welcome back, Chad. I appreciate that, my friend. Sorry I had to take a week off, but back in the saddle and getting stuff done. Mrs. MVargo wants to know, what did you eat for dinner? I just finished work. Is she asking you?
I think so. She probably wants to know because she didn't eat anything.
Did she not just come downstairs and start talking?
Yeah, but
Well, tell her.
I had a Totino's frozen pizza.
Oh.
That's what I got to do when I'm by myself.
Aaron, what'd you have for dinner?
Me? It's not dinner time yet. It's 4 o'clock. Sorry. I literally
I had dinner at 3.
I literally had lunch about a half hour ago. So
Yeah. We had dinner at 3. So very cool. Did you is your wife is that satisfactory?
Is that satisfactory?
I was trying not to be rude.
You're not rude, Zoe. It's fine. It's fun. It's
I don't
funny
know what to
entertainment.
eat.
It's all good. Larkin's Lair said, I backed Chaos. I hope it comes back.
Yeah.
Agreed. Some
Thank
you.
really awesome characters in there.
Yeah, full disclosure, I'm a backer too. So
nice. Thank you.
Yep. Mikey from JMK Custom Works says, Darren, any fine culinary creations lately?
No, not really.
No?
I mean, I don't know what you want to say. We launched their fall winter menu a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago. So there's tons of new stuff. And getting all the staff on top of that. That's but I don't know. We can't say anything beyond that. I mean, we're just about to launch an après menu. I mean, really, I didn't expect to be talking about the restaurant, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's Mikey, so you got to expect it, right?
Yeah.
But then viewers can see like, oh yeah, he does like, restaurateur stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. That's like 15 hours a day for me right now.
But a lot of people don't know that stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's cool to know,
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that Mr. Vargo here is in tax accounting.
I am. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not just
Riveting.
about. It's not just about dollies. It's about people. I don't do shit. So, yeah. Hal Jordan says, "Well, shit. Chad isn't wearing a hat. I guess the apocalypse starts tomorrow." I mean, it's right there. Everybody said don't wear it, so I'm not wearing it. Yeah. Roll Keeper says, "I like chaos. I backed it day one."
Aw, thanks.
Hell yeah. And then a $5 super chat from our good friend Vashay Conley. Vashay, you got to let me know in the chat. The thing that you sent me the text message of, is that public yet? Just give me a yes or a no, and I'll find it. Thank you for the $5 super chat, and says special shout out to Zoe Vargo for changing the landscape of 1/12 scale vehicles. Thanks to her, we got pink Vanguards.
Aw,
Yep, we
how
did.
sweet.
You know what?
Who said that?
You know what she
Okay.
gets?
Aw.
She gets. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you for that. Yeah. Oh, how sweet. All right. Then we're going to get back to talking about ninja stuff. Ninjing. So, Legends of the Hidden Force.
Yeah.
What was Never Be a Hanging Chad? Yeah. If you don't know that election, you're not old enough. Where did you, I'm not going to ask you where you got the inspiration, but what really like lit the fire under you to do Legends?
Honestly,
and we've talked
I
about
might be
it
biting
before.
my own. I might be, I don't know, shooting myself in the foot here. But at this point, I'm just like statute of limitations. If somebody's angry, it's almost up. So yeah. So I used to be Red Laser's Army, and back when I was doing Red Laser's Army, and Matt did a lot of design work for me. He was just sort of like, we were really like, Matt and I were really good friends. We've since become very, very close friends. Like, obviously we're partners on a whole bunch of things, but back then he was like, I got a whole bunch of ideas for figures, because I knew them as the Wonder Twins as some of the best customizers out there. And he started showing me some figures, and then I said, well, I've got, I just bought these molds from Black Major, and I want to do this and this and this. And he was like, fantastic. And one of the ones that we thought we had, it partially built mold, and we were going to finish it, was Storm Shadow. And we did, I think Matt did like 110 color designs for Storm Shadow. And you do the obvious ones first, and then you put those away. And then you start going, okay, well, what would be cool? And you start digging, and then you're like, okay, well, those are cool. And you sort of put those to a side and say maybe. And then you start saying, okay, well, with all the obvious and all the what ifs aside, now let's do some actual creating. And that's how we handled every figure. And we had so many awesome designs, and then found out that the mold wasn't recoverable, because we knew it was a partial mold when we bought it.
Right.
It wasn't recoverable, and that Black Major was coming back into the game and possibly going to lead with that figure. So we were like, okay, well, let's just park this and go on to other figures and whatever. And then when Red Laser ended 7 years later, when we put that to bed, that was like 7 years ago now. Crazy to believe. But when we did that, we literally had 1,800 unused designs. The 110 for Storm Shadow, and then a whole bunch of other figures. And we were just talking about what to do next. And I was at that time involved in the creation of Grindstone. Mikey, Mikey's dad, one of my most beloved people in the industry is Mikey's dad.
He's a fantastic person.
I love that guy. Anyways, we had started Grindstone, and I was super eager to get all my ideas out there. And, I wanted to go in a million directions at once. And they really wanted to focus on longbow and do longbow right. And I get that. And I totally get that. They're like, we're just in it for longbow. We're going to make this amazing toy line with this great tenure, years and years and years. And we're just going to commit to that. And I was like, I got to do 1,000 other things. Like, I need to do all these other things. So I left, and then it was like, okay, well, what am I going to do? Like, what do I do? I want to do all these toy lines, and I don't know what to do. And then that's when Matt said, why don't we revisit some of the old stuff that we were going to do? And instead of putting it on a Storm Shadow body, we just make our own molds. And I was like, oh yeah, like, let's start there. So 3 or 4 ideas came to the forefront, and then it was decided that the ninjas would be the easiest because we had to have the littlest variation. We could do a lot of figures with very few molds, and so we were like, let's go with the ninjas. And then we sat down and started creating a story. And yeah, I was there the day he got back into Joe. But yeah, so then we started creating a story and started creating characters, and it just snowballed. And then we got way caught up in it and made hundreds of characters. The first 10 or so, 12, you guys will see. Well, that was in the Kickstarter. There's so much more to come in Hidden Force. It's crazy. So
yeah,
the first 4 lines you've got, or the first 4 waves you've seen.
I think we lost him.
Darren, where'd you go? Hello. Look, shit happens. We'll let it catch up. Greasy Greaser says, made it.
Oh, whew.
Hello from Argentina. There you are. Oh, you're there.
Yeah. So we, the next, like I said, the first 8 waves are just ninjas, and then we get into some pretty crazy, way off and left, way off and right, like, megalomaniacal, sort of industrialist who has an army. And then we have
weird,
some wasteland sort of post-apocalyptic. Like I say, I've said it before a couple other places. You guys are not going to believe our post-apocalyptic ninjas that are coming up. They're so awesome. I cannot wait till we get those out there. Super fun. Anyways,
that's rad. TNT Skate had chicken tandoori for dinner. Headcanon says science be praised. I'm not going to play that again, but it is one of the new clips. Robert Diaz had a French dip and Swiss from Panera, and apparently Grandpa Chad eats at 3. I don't think that's very fair. See, Chad ate at 3 because the man has to fast because the man has surgery tomorrow. So we ate early.
That sucks.
I mean, you could just eat constantly and then it never be an issue. That's what I do.
House Hendo said French meat pie with rice pilaf, Jersey. Everybody's talking about what they had for dinner. You know whose fault that is? That's that bullshit, Zoe. That's that bullshit.
Sorry. I'm just looking for suggestions.
I'm still waiting to see if Boucher said yes or no.
I think he did somewhere. He said, yes, it's not Facebook official, but you can.
So V. Conley officially proposed to our good friend Blue Serendipity. So they made it official.
Yeah.
They are engaged to be married. So yep. Could not be happier for them.
Congratulations.
Hey, Darren.
Yeah.
Real quick. What's chaos? Real quick.
Real quick. Okay.
Let's talk about chaos.
C.H.A.O.S is an all-villain toy line, not related to Hidden Force, not related to Impact, not related to Eagle Force or any of the other toy lines we're doing, but completely compatible. It's 3 3/4 inch O-ring with the additional, articulation that we've been doing in all the other figures. But it's villains. It's just villains. It's just bad guys on bad guys on bad guys. And it's all based around the main character, Killjoy. And he's invited a whole bunch of other rogue agents to join him. He's tired of being foiled. He's tired of the good guys beating him. So he's like, hey, why don't you guys come along, join me. We'll take out your bad guy or good guys. We'll take out my good guys. We'll take out everybody's good guys. And then it's just us left. And it works really well. And so well, in fact, that other bad guy teams start taking notice and Killjoy starts inviting them into the fold and creates
it's a cooler version of the Legion of Doom.
Right.
Yep.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And then, so they make a bad guy army. And then you can't, inevitably, you can't have that many bad guys in a room and they all still be friends. Inevitably the backstabbing starts happening, everybody betraying everybody, and it becomes very Games of Thrones-ish, if you ask me, in the way that the story is going to unfold.
Awesome. We'll take a look at some figures here in a second. Mr. Vargo, look who's here.
Yeah, we were wondering in the pregame if he was going to show up.
Yeah. So Darren, geez, Vargo, how long ago was that? Like 3 months ago? Did we lose Darren again?
Maybe.
Anyway, well, my zombie finger is dead. Is here. Yep. Ninja shut him down. That's all right. We'll get there. Jacob from my favorite toy store in all of New Mexico is here and says, greeting chat dude bros. Welcome back, Chad. Thank you, my friend. Hope everyone in the chat is doing awesome. And our good friend Brad Davenport says, I think Chad is a trendsetter. Yeah. In an era of beards and finely groomed haircuts.
Mine's not. My hair just sits like this. I don't groom it.
Yeah, but you got Ryan, you got Mikey, you got all these guys with the hair. And even like Drew falls into the haircut, right? He falls in there. He says, fuck it, and goes baby smooth. It's partially by necessity. Now, I can grow a fucking beard, man. I can grow a big ass beard. I can sneeze and grow a full mustache immediately. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's all good. Yeah, so we were just getting to a couple of starred comments while the ninjas took you away, Darren.
I should have told you before we started. I'm not joking. If you look up BC is the part of Canada I live in. If you look up BC weather right now, we are literally in what they call a bomb cyclone.
Yeah, that's what hit Ryan.
Yeah. A bomb cyclone. And then the specific area I live in is right now going through a thunder blizzard or a lightning blizzard. I'd never even heard of that. But there's apparently in higher elevations all around us, there's snow falling and there's a lightning storm with it.
Yeah. See, AC/DC should have wrote a song called Thunder Blizzard, but now we're going to trademark that.
I thought it was all made up. I thought people were just being overreactive, but no, these are apparently actual meteorological terms. So,
yeah. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm at about 6,500 feet above sea level, but the Sandia Mountains right here, we're in the foothills of the mountains. So it goes from like 6,500 feet to 13,000 feet.
Wow.
And when the storms do actually hit this area, which they don't very often, they hit the mountain and it just dumps. And you can see the lightning up there.
Crazy.
While it's going on. It's pretty wacky.
I live 1 foot above sea level. I literally live at the foot of a river. My restaurant is on that same river further down. The river today came to our front door. So it came up over the roads, over the parking lot. It was trying to take the road out. So
well, I don't have water where I live, so thank you for rubbing it in. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Mrs. MVargo97 sends a $2 super chat. Thank you, Zoe. And says, I said, oh, yeah, but he muted me. Poop. Congrats.
The audio was spiking. It was going to.
Sure.
You're a liar.
Yeah, huge congratulations to Vishay and Samantha, two of the sweetest people I've ever met. So, Larry's here. Mrs. Vargo wants everybody in the chat to let her know what she should have for dinner. All right, so we were talking about chaos. My words, not yours. They're a cooler version of the Legion of Doom.
Thank you.
You want to look at some dollies?
I think you should show them off. And I did see a couple of people say in the chats there that they had never even heard of them. It is currently a Kickstarter right now. We're in the final few days. None of the figures are shown with their accessories. So, and I'd like to kind of address that. Even though this was supposed to all unroll over the course of this month, like I said, the restaurant is in a bit of it just needed my attention firsthand all month. Actually, more than that, about 6 weeks. But I was kind of stuck in the schedule. As a lot of people might know, the Eagle Force license, I have the Eagle Force license to do 3 3/4 inch retro O-ring Eagle Force. And that has to hit in January. That's part of the deal.
Hell yeah.
By hitting in January. They're not done. It's when we pre-solicit for them on BBTS. And Big Bad Toy Store is actually involved. They're part of the producers of this. Like, this is a deal between all three of us, which I'm very excited, very, very excited about. And yeah, and we had to get C.H.A.O.S out before then, or else not at all. Like, if it doesn't hit, it's going to be about a year before we can come back to trying to retool C.H.A.O.S so that it works. But yeah, so it was rushed along, and yeah, none of the accessories are shown, which is unfortunate. But all the accessories have been designed, and I have hand-drawn pictures. I have about maybe about a half of actually been 3D molded, or 3D sculpted rather. Yeah, and it would be lovely if I could have shown all the figures in all their adornments with all of their bits, but it didn't happen in time. And if I hadn't been so taken off task by the restaurant, I would have been able to get that done over the course of the month, which was what my plan was. And it's sad. It's a, C.H.A.O.S is suffering for it, and it really frustrates me. But these are some awesome figures that I'm hoping people want to back, and maybe we can get this made. So
Yep.
Yeah.
James Lucas says, Darren, I loved C.H.A.O.S when I saw it, and I backed it immediately. I hope it hits your goal.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Yeah, and just like Hidden Force, Hidden Force only just funded at the last minute in the last few hours, and we made the 50,000 that we needed.
That's when we were at Joe Fest last year, right? Because I walked by you and you were like, "Hey, it funded," and I was like, "Yeah, dude."
Awesome. Yeah, and then when we went to Backer Kit, we made another 50,000. And that allowed us to give the 3 other figures that we've done, and some of them, for in some cases for free. But all I'm saying is that if it just funds, that gives us the ability to take those few months of Backer Kit and keep building momentum and keep taking in, the crowdfunding, which continues to unlock all of those goals, all those stretch goals. So yeah. They'll come with file cards. Sorry, I'm looking over at the comments there. They will come with file cards in some degree. We're doing something a little bit different, but very similar in idea. Yeah.
So, full disclosure, I'm always about 20 minutes behind the chat.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
But
on a good day,
Lilith wants
every
to
time
know,
it keeps going up, it keeps catching my eye, and I'm like,
Lilith wants to know: is there a villain called Chadwick from Chadanistan?
There isn't yet. There's
yet.
A lot of room for extras.
Well, but Balake's here, so that's cool. And then Robert Diaz, I don't know, Darren, maybe you can either confirm or deny. The single greatest ninja moment in movie history is the opening to Ninja 3: The Domination.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I actually watched a whole bunch of ninja movies as I think it was back during the Kickstarter, as I was like, I got to keep myself in this ninja place. I got to keep myself in this ninja mode. And I probably watched all the 80s ninja movies all over again.
And that's why I gave you that little, Revenge of the Ninja scene.
Yeah.
Duarte Studios is here. What's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Awesome show with you and Ryan and Ninja last week, my man. Yeah. And then Machine Man says Thunder Snow.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, right.
And I have to give a huge shout out to Scuba Pete and Laser Pants for always throwing up the links to all of Whiskey Jack toys. So
thank you very much.
Legends of the Hidden Force can be found right here on Big Bad Toy Store, and again,
also on Cotswold. Yep,
and on Cotswold. And then Laser Pants has the link for C.H.A.O.S in the chat as well for backing that Kickstarter.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're about 3 or 4 days out now. I guess 3 days out, and I mean, it would be awesome to fund, but if we don't, everything will just, like I say, it'll just go off the board for about a year while we figure out a way to make it happen. And learn from whatever made it not fund and try to fix it and retool it that way.
Yeah. And in a year's time, so I think some of these other Kickstarter lines will start being fulfilled, and I think maybe some people's animosity.
And that's a good point that you bring up, Mr. Vargo. We did that members only stream where we talked about all the Kickstarters that were backed up because of the I'm not going to kick them while they're down, but what happened with Marauder Gunrunners and their non-Kickstarter, and it pushed everybody else back, and it caused waves, and then people started getting apprehension with Kickstarters because they abandoned the non-Kickstarter, and then it, if a rising tide raises all ships, a tsunami smashes them all. So it kind of,
true.
Sometimes it's just timing,
Yep.
Yeah.
Victor, what's up, man? Good to see you. And Darren.
Yeah.
Jacob, my good friend from Yo Toys here in Albuquerque, says post-apocalyptic ninjas. Go on.
Yes. Actually, literally every ninja that you've seen so far, that would be, Shinobi, Tarashi, Obake, all of them, they all end up in that post-apocalyptic scenario, and they all get a refresh, or a version 2, as you would, in those post-apocalyptic garb. So yeah,
that's awesome.
It'll be fun.
Yep.
Impossible Pie just got here and is asking you, Darren, when is Hidden Force projected to be shipped to backers?
I would have said months ago.
And then we had the eye
projected. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I hesitate to guess. I'm going to say it'll be within the next 3 months, but that's also assuming there aren't any further mishaps, which, if impossible, if you go back to the beginning of this stream, I'm sure you'll be able to after. I did go into that there has been a couple of monkey wrenches thrown into things, and we've overcome them all, but I can't foresee for sure that we're done with them. There might be another monkey wrench that we're not expecting. I don't know. Yeah.
I gotta take care of some housekeeping real quick. Okay. Yeah, Daredevil Dave. So Chad will answer it 20 minutes from now. I try to not, but I try to just, let guests speak. It's all about the guests. Speaking of which, Darren, our good friend James Lucas wants to know any vehicle or playset ideas kicking around, because this is the Lord scale when we talk about world building.
Yeah.
Inevitably, this question's going to come up.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there's a couple of things. Impact starts with some very small vehicles. Impact is the next one we're doing after that. It does start with a couple baked right into the line from the get-go. But I don't know. I mean, I'm hesitate, but at the same time, why not? Why not tell you guys? So as I was saying, there's a post-apocalyptic version of the ninjas in essentially the second chapter of the story. And in that, the wasteland has bits of broken up vehicles, and people have put together their own trashed whatever vehicles to sort of get around. And those parts of those vehicles, if you were to get a few of those sets, would put together a vehicle that we're going to be using in C.H.A.O.S, which is Maniac. We'll get to him as you're going through them. Eventually, you don't have to scroll through. But there's a character called Maniac, and he has a vehicle, or he is a driver. That's the part of him that makes him a maniac, is he likes to use his car as a weapon. And so again, just like body parts, we need to reuse them through multiple lines. Same thing, that vehicle, which is going to be some backdrops and pieces of a play set. A lot of those pieces are actually from this vehicle that are going to be used. That's going to be used for Maniac. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I have to tell you both. Drew G is here.
Well, now he can't say that you didn't read his comment.
Mr. Vargo, did you see that Drew G is in the comments?
I did.
Okay. I just wanted to say Drew's in the comments, Darren. So now we're good. Okay. Here's another question for you, Darren, from our good friend Ryan Laserpants from the 3POA podcast. Is there a character called Los Pantalones del Lazar?
There is not, unfortunately. Although lasers and pants do play a part of two different characters, but we'll wait until those characters come out. So,
well, I'm hoping pants play a part in most of the characters.
Yeah, I meant more part of their identity than just what they're wearing.
Yeah. You gotta have this.
John's here,
and so Daredevil Dave said that.
Chad, why are you so insensitive?
He's really tossing them to you tonight.
Oh, Scuba Pete, it's so good. How can you not like that? That's so awesome. Did I get lost in the chat? No, I didn't get lost in the chat. Yeah, I think I got lost in the chat. Hold on. GeForce Racing says Shokasugi shaped so much of my preteens. Preteens? Reteens. I'm sure you didn't go through your teenage years again. So we're going to say preteens. Yep. And then Ryan threw up the Kickstarter again. Thank you,
That's
Ryan.
awesome.
I greatly appreciate it.
And John, I saw that John's here. I hope his ears aren't burning. We were talking about you. We were talking about how much I love you. Yeah. John Kikowicz, he's there.
Ooh, look at this. Look at this. That's right.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Mikey.
Yeah, and the Lil says not happy with gun runners. Agreed. Scuba Pete, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you very much. Wants to know, can we hope for that wicked dojo house you had at Joe Fest this year?
No, that was just a sort of a one-off thing, but we definitely are definitely looking at a playset for the ninjas, because I mean, ninjas are begging to be posed, and we realize that they need a playset to be posed against or in. So, yeah.
Okay, so a positive, but at the same time, yeah.
That
Scuba Pete.
can I just comment a little bit?
Yeah,
that
please do.
was my ringtone for my ex-wife for the longest time. Every time she called, that would play. Yeah.
Dang. Darren, maybe more exposure might help. Not Chad's OnlyFans kind of exposure.
I know, I really do. I wish I had more reach. I wish I had more exposure. So here's a little something crazy that we came up with. So I did a podcast for 10 years on about food, and I've also done a lot of voice acting. I've been, the voice of some commercials and what have you. And just out of I had a couple drinks the other night just before going to bed, and I texted a whole bunch of friends that I know that some are in the Joe community and some aren't. And I just said, what if, I got to get the story of C.H.A.O.S out there. I got to get people don't know these characters. How do I get these characters out there? And I've written all these comic scripts that I'm hoping to one day publish. And I was like, I'm never going to get to that. I know that it's just not going to happen. It's very expensive for whatever. So I said, what if we turn these scripts into like a radio drama where we all acted out these comic scripts that are never going to see the light of day, that would be a story that would teach everybody about who these characters in C.H.A.O.S are. And so far everybody's jumped to it. They're like, yeah, I'll be one of the voices. I'll be one of the voices. So as soon as I get some time, which I can tell you, it's not going to be till after Christmas.
Mams wants to say hi. And Odie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Christmas. No, I was just gonna say, as soon as sometime after Christmas, we'll start recording some of those scripts and see if there's any interest. See if people are see how fun it is, or as fun as I think it is. So, yeah,
awesome.
Let's see.
Patrick Strauko says the first time I heard about Legends of the Hidden Force was on a Chad stream. Now I'm a huge fan.
Oh, thank you, and thank you, Chad.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Patrick has been such a cheerleader. He's been so awesome. He's really gone way overboard in trying to get the word out, and I really do appreciate his efforts.
Yeah, 100%. And then I have to agree with this wholeheartedly. We love the Lord Scaler around here.
Yep.
There isn't any other to me. That's it. That's the one.
No, there's really not, and that's okay. Like what you like, but
yeah.
It's called the Lord Scale for a reason. Is this who you were talking about right here?
That is.
That's a hell of a good man right there
in the industry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Paul, what's up, man? Good to see you. Get caught up. I don't know what to tell you. I got some questions here for you. Larkin's Lair says, I'm looking at Hidden Force pre-orders on Big Bad. Is that all figures in Wave 1?
Should be. They had access to everyone in Wave 1, Wave 2. No, Wave 1 and Wave... I don't want to complicate things. We'll call it Wave 1 and Wave 2. And then the few Kickstarter promo figures. They had access to them. I know that they sold out of the allotment, but we offered them more, but they said that they were comfortable with just taking the initial allotment. So, and then Cotswold also has them, and I don't know if they've sold out of any.
I think a few of them have sold out because I think when their pre-orders sell out, they take them off the site. So,
oh, okay, yeah.
I have to say that Big Bad Toy Store, they do a really good job of elevating independent toy creators, and I really appreciate them for that. That's why Big Bad gets a lot of my business for the non-indie stuff too, just because of the work that they're always willing to do with independent toy companies. So I think that's rad.
And
so I will definitely always vote with my wallet there.
That's awesome. And like I said, I'm really, really lucky, and I know I am. I'm good friends with Bill Murphy for the Fresh Monkey Fiction, the owner of Eagle Force, the owner of Monster Force, and all that. And he's very close with Joel from Big Bad Toy Store. They're very close, and I'm just as much of a test bed for them. It's just as much of a benefit for them as it is for me. But they decided that they're going to try to get into crowdfunding other people's small toy lines, sort of in that same sense. Like they're going to throw in money so that those small independent toy lines can get developed and then do a pre-order platform. So a lot of the things that they're already doing, but packaging it so that it's much easier for the smaller guys like me to become to get out there. And so they're testing this on Eagle Force. That's gonna be that test run where they invest in the product, they put it up on the pre-orders, and they help fast track everything and get everything made very fast, so that it's just them seeing if they can do it, and if they can, it's going to be a permanent thing that they start doing with a lot of other independent creators that are looking for that. So
and I know it definitely helps give those indie lines kind of a shot in the arm, and more times than not, it helps them get across that line. So it's definitely cool. And again, Greg from Cotswold Collectible, he's a big friend. We're all fans of him around here. Plus, DFW G.I.Joe show. So Greg does awesome stuff over there at Cotswold. Plus, he's able to get those Hiya G.I. Joes, which that's just a shit show in itself. Mikey from JMK says, I really wish a toy line would pay homage to the re-released Toys R Us Bronze Bombers.
Oh yeah. Funny you should mention that.
That's weird. I started that.
Yeah, if we go through the C.H.A.O.S figures, you'll probably see some of them there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep cruising through them. Larkin's Lair. How many figures are in Wave 1 of Hidden Force? Wish I could order one of everything in one shot on Big Bad.
Yeah.
Kind of going along with his first.
Yeah, I don't have any capacity to bundle figures with them or anyway, but there's 6 to a wave. So that was 2 waves. And then there was the 3 bonus figures we did. So
I love this figure.
Oh yeah?
Freaking love
so that figure, they're the army builder, they're the spellbound, they're the sort of the witches in training, and they are coming with a hooded cloak and a wand and a few other things. Again, like I said, I wish I was able to get all the accessories shown, but yeah.
And then our good friend Nico Tronis, who has trademarked the term Ninja Frans, said the Ninja Frans are digging these.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's all that matters right there.
Yeah.
Buzzkill.
Buzzkill. He is Killjoy's sort of a weapon that he just sort of points in a direction and says, go get me that guy, or go eliminate that person. And if it takes Buzzkill a month, he just slowly lumbers off into the distance and comes back successful every time. And so Buzzkill, again, going through, I wish I could show you the accessories. Buzzkill does come with a chainsaw that you have to build. Like a lot of our weapons, we really like the idea of building weapons. Also, and I haven't told anybody this because I just wanted somebody to stumble upon it, but I mean, here we are in the final days, might as well talk about these things. All the hands pop out, right? Because they're swivel hands. So they just pop out. They're on a simple, the same dimensions of a Lego rod. I want to say it's 3.18 millimeters. And all of our weapons have 3.18 millimeter ports or rods themselves. So you can actually take the blade off of Buzzsaw's chainsaw and put it right there if that's how you want him to be.
Battle Android Trooper confirmed.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Lilith wants to know, is it possible you sell them internationally?
Figures? Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm international. Why wouldn't I want to be selling figures internationally?
It's true.
Yeah.
You are international.
I have a soft spot for all those people that had difficulties acquiring their figures from the States, because I'm one of them. So I want to make sure that I do everything I can to make sure everybody gets them wherever they are.
Humble One. Hey, Darren, would you guys consider any gritty Mad Max-like vehicles and figures to go along with them? Kind of already touched on that.
Yeah, I was going to say consider. I think we're sort of hinging on it. That's sort of our first foot forward with vehicles. Yeah.
Yo, bro, I'm workshopping this. No, I like it. Yo, bros, I'm down. Damn, she's fine. Are we talking about this, or are we talking about my wife? I don't know. Where are we? We're
Spellbound or Salem or who knows?
My wife's fine. That's fine. I get it.
So the Cult of the Knife, they're the crazy guys.
They sculpt is so good.
they sort of worship. They worship Buzzkill, and they do come with a bandolier with a variety of knives. There's a kitchen cleaver, there's a machete, there's a couple other knives, and then they also come with a cloak as well to sort of hide their appearance.
They're so rad. I love it. There's just something about that weird like Stitch doll thing to it. James Lucas wants everyone to know I had a very disappointing early Thanksgiving meal at work.
Sorry to hear that.
Let's see. Do I have anything for that'll make you feel better?
Oh yeah, it's Thanksgiving for you guys coming up.
Yeah,
Totally
coming up.
A week from tomorrow.
Our Canadian Thanksgiving is in October. So
here you go, James. This is for you, buddy.
Just checking in. Have you drank water today? Did you eat? Did you take your meds?
Do you feel better now? I hope you do. Fantastical Workshop. What's up? Says greeting my fellow Earthicans. Yeah. And then apparently we have Dos Kukovic in the chat. Yep.
Yeah. You've got
everybody saying hi to the man.
A lot of Kukoviches here.
Mikey, get your mom in here too.
Yeah, where's your mother, Mikey? Go get your mother. Go get your mother. Joe fans, what's good? What's good, Matt? It's good to see you, brother. Best wishes for the ma'am tomorrow. Yeah, thank you very much. See, she's moving around, but she's not that animated right now. Did George have to go? Mr. George Aiken, all the way from the UK. Have a great night. Thank you very much. And we're gonna drive on. Yeah. All right. Halloween.
One of my favorites, and seemingly one of the standouts. A lot of people have picked up on Halloween. He's one of the main characters, of course. Halloween. He keeps claiming to be from hell, and nobody can prove otherwise, but that seems pretty far-fetched. So he's Halloween.
I love the alternate head too, and the black and gray is real simple with that Halloween orange.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes less is more, and I'm a big fan of that. Mr. Vargo, Fantasia Workshop has been going through your back catalog of Leonard videos.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's a tongue twister. That was hard to say. That was hard. Patrick Strauko says, I'm totally a cheerleader. I just love good shit.
Oh, thanks. I love that you think my stuff's good shit. That's awesome.
I agree. And then Joe Fan 84 says, it's the Fellowship of the Dollies. You know it.
Nice.
G-Force Racing. I will always and forever be 3 3/4 inch, but I have a 10x10 room bursting with 6-inch. All the more reason to go to the Lord's. Again, Pete, thank you for throwing up Legends of the Hidden Force at Big Bad Toy Store, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
I am doing some mad double duty here. Greasy Greaser says if you ship to Argentina, the price has to be under 25 US or they'll tax it to hell.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Anytime I send stuff to Canada, specifically to Jay Bartlett, I always put like $1 gift.
Yeah. Yeah, it really it helps wholly. You know, it's crazy how much import fees can cost.
Oh yeah. Vishay Conley says, I saw the Hidden Force figures at Joe Fest last year. I will be ordering some for the holidays.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And HGC's here. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah. G-Force Racing. That's the friggin' engineering I'm talking about. Make all joints universal. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
We are.
Now,
we are.
The females. The females, are they the same? Do they work the same, or
The females won't. They won't have that 3.18
Okay.
millimeter, but we're working on a different. Yeah, we're working on something for them that is somewhat universal.
okay?
The Hellions, yeah, these three guys or these group of guys, they just show up sometimes and they've got Halloween's back. They never really you never really notice where they come from or where they go to. They're just sort of up here.
That's awesome. I think my new clips are going over really well because we got this, we got this, we got that, we got this. Ouch. Yeah. It's all about keeping it fun. And then I had some water today. Fontana G Darling says, "Grr, phone dying. Take care, all. Have a good night, man. Charge your phone." Yeah. Gerard O'Connor says, "These figures are friggin' awesome. I ad-libbed that. Got a buyer right here."
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everybody. Oh, I like that one. Oh, these are awesome. Shannon
Awesome.
only watches if there's a chance for Trump or Harry Carey. Well, that'll be next Wednesday. Yeah. Because the Three Stooges are back next Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, I love the head sculpts on this figure.
Thanks.
Three heads, too.
Yeah.
3 heads are better than one.
You know, yeah, 3 heads are to help you army build, you know?
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Oh, yeah. So this is Dr. Killjoy. It's his game. The whole thing is because of him. He's the main dude that invites all the other dudes to go do the thing.
Rad.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a Killjoy in their life.
Yeah.
Our good friend Cliff wants to know, does Halloween glow in the dark?
No, but I think you stumbled upon the first dealer exclusive right there.
Oh.
Yeah, right, because that's part of the trifecta.
Yep.
Translucent, vac metalized, glow in the dark.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't love glow in the dark?
All 3 of those things appear in the first line, or they're part of retailer incentives for the first line. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Justin Mohan says these figures are amazing. Too bad it won't get funded. Well, we're doing the best we can. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's still a couple days.
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a
Going for
couple
the
days.
Full court press. And then it says, keep at it, try another Kickstarter or team up.
I team up with somebody on everything. This is the only one that I didn't. This is the only one that's just me. But every other toy line I do, it's a team up.
Yeah. And then Justin's asking, will Hidden Force expand or is it just ninjas?
Oh, it expands. Yeah. There's
which you talked about.
There's the first major expansion. I don't want to give away too much. They're called the War Masters, and they are weapons manufacturers. They're a consortium of European weapon manufacturers, and they come in full force trying to annihilate the Hidden Force. So, yeah, they're you guys are gonna love them, and we've put literally 5 years of work into developing them. So they're yeah. I beyond the name and the general gist of what they do, I can't really go into much more right now.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Gerard O'Connor says, speaking of Jay Bartlett, I binge watched Action Figure Adventures series season 1 and 2. Great time. Highly recommend watching, everyone. Yeah, if you haven't seen Action Figure Adventure, people, get your priorities straight. Go watch it. The Lilith wants to know, do any of the figures come with animal companions?
Yeah. The first one you saw, Hemlock, she was the first of the witches. She has C.H.A.O.S, which a lot of people misspeak as Sam Hain, but the Gaelic way of saying it is C.H.A.O.S. Yeah, so she has an owl.
Owen.
Yeah, C.H.A.O.S, the owl. And then Maniac, who we haven't gotten to, he comes with a dog named Crash. And Swamp Fire. Swampfire comes with fish tank. Fish tank is a fish with his own tank. And yeah, I think for the beginning. Oh no, and Talon comes with a cyber eagle. So yeah,
Awesome. So
Yeah.
significantly, yes.
there's Makumba is the
Barefoot guy.
Yeah, he is our voodoo priest.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy's rad.
yeah, thanks. Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at all the comments.
Yeah,
Thanks.
so am I. Like this one, not Ninja Chaos or 118, but I just hooked my Night Force ripcord up with a Mark II Designs FNFAL.
Oh,
Cool.
nice. Yeah. That,
And then
yeah,
Eric says Cyber Eagle.
yeah.
Fish tank.
You know, sometimes I literally am sitting there and I'm like, what if I put this cool word with this cool word? How would that look visually? And like, I'm like, I want a cyborg eagle. And so and then I was like
a laser
let's make
beak.
a cyber, yeah.
I want
Let's
it.
make a cyborg eagle happen. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a
Eric
fish
wants to
tank.
know, is Makumba Brazilian?
Maybe. I'm not going to get into his history. There's a lot of storytelling I don't really want to give away, but yeah, there's a lot of backstory on these characters.
Very, very cool. TNT Skate says, I like these figures. I ordered a few Legends of the Hidden Force. I hope that packaging is awesome.
I hope you think it's awesome. We actually showed the packaging off many moons ago, before we even started the Kickstarter.
Yeah, that was a hot minute ago.
Yeah.
TC, I think you already answered this.
Yeah, but not necessarily
Some
a fortress.
people, they come in and they pop out. Yeah.
Not necessarily a fortress. We're trying to figure out a modular playset where it shows if you have just one, but if you wanted to, you could buy 3 or 4 and put it together to make a bigger one. We're working on that as a design right now. Yeah.
I do have a special announcement. I'm caught up in the chat. I'm 100% caught up in the chat.
It's science, people! Science! Science!
100%.
Nice.
I'm just saying. Caught up in the chat. Let's look at some more dollies.
Perfect.
So, Makumba.
Yep.
Maniac. There he
Maniac. Here's the one we're talking about, the driver. So yeah, he comes with Crash, his pet dog, and he will be the driver of a vehicle that comes out after. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then House Hendo says, so something like the Joy Toy mech bays, as far as modular.
Yeah. In the same sort of approach, but not in the not in the final look, but yeah, the same idea that you could just cut a couple and make your own little playset.
Mikey says, Chad figured out if you scroll to the bottom, you can say you're caught up. In 5 minutes, he'll be 45 minutes behind again. Shut up, all of you. And then GeForce Racing says, this is to you, Darren, and a little jab at classified, never go full classified, trademark, it's Chad 2022. Please steer clear of the Hasbro Porta-John modular playset.
I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, you haven't seen that? It's like a Cobra.
No.
It's like they took the surveillance port and the bunker, and it basically looks like a Porta-John.
Oh no!
It's just like this tall rectangle thing.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and you can.
No, I literally I put blinders on and I only see 3 3/4 inch. Nothing else exists for me.
See, that's why we get along so well. Huh, Mr. Vargo?
Yep.
Oh, Lunchbox Killer says that's that bullshit. There's no clip for that's that bullshit because that's just a me saying. I actually got that from one of my sergeants major. That's how you pluralize sergeant major.
Interesting. I didn't
It's
know
not
that.
Sergeant majors. It's sergeants major. Yeah.
Interesting.
I had a sergeant major, and it didn't matter what you said to him. Yeah, like he would come up and talk to you, and you'd say something about like, yeah, this, that, or the other thing, or we didn't have enough ammo for the range or something. You'd be like, yo, bro, that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. And all the time. So I just stole it years ago, and I would like poke him. I would get him all riled up. He was my squad leader years and years and years ago when I was a team leader. I'd be like, Hey, Sergeant Major, you know what that is? That's that bullshit, Sergeant Major. He'd be like, "What is that bullshit, bro?" And then he would just like go off and yell at somebody. I just get him going. It was awesome. Yeah, but yeah, that's that bullshit. Oh, you only have to ignore 20 minutes worth of people. I'm not ignoring anyone. Thank you. Fantasia Workshop says to you, Darren, I only see 3 3/4 inch. I found a new hero.
Aw, thanks.
Not all heroes wear capes, but some of them are restaurateurs.
Yes.
Yeah, and purveyors of dollies. House Hendo says, my master sergeant used to say, make yourself unfuckwithable.
It's probably good advice. Good advice.
I'll go with that. Mo, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Yep. I've heard that's that BS. No, it's that's that bullshit. you got to like emphasize it like it's D. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit.
Are we getting a shirt with that on it pretty soon?
Maybe. I was thinking about making a DFW 2025 members only shirt that says that's that bullshit. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure it out. Yeah, so Maniac there, Swamp Fire.
Swamp Fire. Yeah.
So freaking rad.
Thanks. Yeah, Swamp Fire, he's the number 2. He's Killjoy. So Killjoy is Killjoy. He's the guy that organizes everything and funds and finances everything. But when something has to be done or somebody has to go lead the troops or something is done out in the field, it's Swamp Fire that leads the troops. He takes them all into action.
The face sculpt on this figure is so freaking rad. Like just awesome. All of this around his eyes. Like when you really dial down to this face sculpt, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I know people love to say like, well, you can't get the detail in 1/18 scale. Get bent. That's bullshit. This stuff is so good.
So like I said, Swampfire comes with fish tank, and he also comes with a second set of hands that are on fire.
And good hair.
Yes. There you go.
Hands on fire, that's freaking rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is totally rad. He's perpetually voluntold. I like it. Very quickly, I have to say a huge thank you, Van Morrissey, for a $20 freaking super chat. Thank you, dude. This is damn. I wish I could stay longer, but my retired ass has to get up at 5 a.m. and drive a 1.5 ton. Drive an hour and a half to get to Home Depot, order for the kids' new house parent shit. Damn, that was a mouthful. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out. Please catch the rest on replay, and I'm going to give you one of these. Yeah, thank you so much, my friend. Very, very, very awesome. Yeah, this figure is freaking phenomenal. Gerard O'Connor says, the best piece of military knowledge I've learned from this channel, that's me, is the story behind Hua. Yeah. Awkward silence. Hua, so the Army, they kind of bastardized an acronym that's HUA, right? Hotel Uniform Alpha, which stands for Hua. And the acronym is heard, understood, and acknowledged. That's what the acronym is. But everyone just started going, huh, huh, huh. So when you address like a formation and you say, oh, yeah, so we're going to do this, Roger. And then everybody goes, huh. No, it's because they're saying, I heard you, I understand, I'm acknowledging.
Right.
So they start to go, huh, and I hate it. But yeah, anyway. Brad Davenport says 70s Bruce Banner changing vibes.
Yeah, I get it. A little bit of that there.
And he does have fantastic hair. Mm-hmm. The hair sculpt. You know a head sculpt is quality when the hair looks freaking good.
Can I tell you something? And I hope I'm not like
please do
offending people. The sculptor, when I said this is what I need, I gave them a few visual references from real characters or real people. But there's also an obscure Leonard head sculpt where the guy has the wavy hair, but he has an eye patch. And I said, effectively, I want the eye patch removed and more detail in the face. So he's kind of loosely based off of a Leonard character or a Leonard figure.
Mikey, were you going through the mental Rolodex? Like, do I have that figure behind me?
I was trying to think. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, he's one of the wrestlers. He's got wild blonde hair, and then the little eye patch. That's where we started. That was the starting basis for this figure. I was like, I like this. I like this vibe, but this is where we have to change it. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, Daredevil to Dave. I feel you, man. That's some serious hair envy. It's okay. It's all good. Raymond Sheffield, speaking of t-shirts, anything happening with your Neon at Night Night Force shirts, Chad? Yeah, I'm still working on it. I got that in the works. A couple other things, new intro. There's some stuff going on. Yeah.
Nice.
Chad from Pendragon Designs, who also, Darren, I'm sure you probably saw it. He did the Easy Kill 9 line with that skateboarder undercover agent chick.
Yeah.
He does all my graphic design. So
nice.
I've been working that dude.
Nice.
Working it. Yeah. The Lilith says, I learned a lot from Chad's streams and had plenty of laughs too. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Very, very cool. I appreciate all of you. All right, we're going to move on. Yep, there's Swamp Fire again. The zombies.
Yeah, zombies. So these are more the traditional sense of zombies, not the like Romero zombies.
Right, yeah, not the George A. Romero. But
that's right. This
is
are
like
zombies.
Serpent in the Rainbow zombies.
That's right. Yeah, they're totally hypnotized and they'll do his bidding to their death. You know, they follow Macumba, do anything he says. So yeah,
love them.
Yeah,
and the fact that you guys put the thought into multiple heads for army building, and I know some others have been doing that. Like Grindhouse has really been doing that, and it's such a good idea to give alternate heads for that stuff.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Yeah. Legend Series, what is up, brother? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Vishay Conley says those hair sculpts are clean. Could not agree more. Comrade Bobcat's here and says, how's it going? Late as always. Better late than never, my friend. Good to see you. I love that image. I'm just going to stare at it for a minute. Cobra Commander in the black and red cape. It hits. You know? Yeah. I love it.
I agree.
The Lilith wants to know, is that a clip-on armor chest plate?
It isn't, unfortunately. It is sculpted.
There you go. But hey, at least you sculpted the rivets on it. Yay! Yeah. Here's a good question from Mikey. Darren, are the heads on ball joints on the necks like modern figures?
They are on, we call it a barbell because it's a double ball joint. So it's a ball joint here and a ball joint in there internally. So you can swap off more modern heads if you want, or you can undo the back and swap in a vintage G.I. Joe head if you want. You can
so like what Strike Force Alpha did, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have an example next to me.
Yeah, my shelf.
We all know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's awesome. Very, very cool. Are these renders or physical examples? Sorry if you already.
I haven't. These are renders, but these are all they're renders, but they're all straight from obviously the 3D sculpts. So we have the ability to print all these out right now. I just didn't have the funds, to be honest. I'm already into this line for a lot of money,
and that's how that goes.
Printing each one and hand painting each one would have been about another $1,000 that I put into other things.
This guy, obviously, you're not going to be shocked when I say like this one spoke to me like right off the bat.
Yeah.
I freaking love the design of this, like the double breast. You know, it's very Cobra, very Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker, the helmet.
Absolutely. Yeah,
it's so freaking good.
And I have to apologize. I didn't realize I sent you. So that waist piece has since been changed.
This one?
It's just a regular belted piece. That was always a stand-in while we were waiting for a part to arrive from one of the sculptors.
Gotcha.
And we missed it didn't get swapped back out. But yeah, it's a different waist piece now.
Is it still black?
Yeah,
like
it's a black.
Like a black belt.
Yeah.
But you know, black, red, you got good unifying elements, you got really good piping, like everything about this figure, like I was saying earlier, sometimes less is more.
Right.
I freaking love him. The
Thanks.
green visor works really well against the red and the black.
Yeah.
I'm
I feel like
gonna
that.
zoom in on this real quick because
Sure.
this thing, the freaking helmet.
Yeah, it's got a lot
is
more
so
detail than
good.
people realize.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love it. And
it's
you know, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Like, look.
Yeah.
I just,
Oh yeah, I see a bit.
Well, not to mention it's got a little callback to a certain 1997 box set that Toys R Us released.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
What?
I mean,
No,
it's
come on. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
guy in Legends of the Hidden Force. He really looks like an unproduced 95 figure
Mhm.
for sure. Yeah. Oh, I hit the wrong button. My bad. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what you're talking about, Darren?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Sorry, I'm off reading John's comments.
Yeah. Yeah, I already said that. Oh, you mean this one? John says, thank you guys. I love being part of the O-Ring Renaissance, and it's awesome to see my friends making great toys for the O-Ring sandbox. I waited a while so Chad would think he missed it. Shut the hell up.
Nice.
Oh, you know what you get, John?
You're going to get this.
Chad, why are you so insensitive?
No, I couldn't agree with that sentiment more. It's, you know, everybody likes to say that, oh, well, O-Ring's dead, 1/18 scale's dead, 4-inch is dead, blah, blah, blah. You know, just the scale in general is dead. But if you take a step back and you really look at it, the only company that really stopped making 1/18 scale, which they reverted anyway, because they're making O-Ring Joes again. Darren, did you know that Hasbro has plans to reinvigorate their 4-inch figure subscription service?
No, I had
You
no
didn't
idea.
know that?
No.
Yeah. That's why the Haya Toys contract with Hasbro is only in Asian markets.
Wow, I did not realize that.
Now you know, and knowing is something. But anyway, the point is that no one stopped making 1/18 scale. Leonard still does it. Hasbro still does it. Now you've got Super 7 doing it, plus all the indie lines doing it. Like,
yeah,
where is 1/18 scale dead? And I understand when some people look at it from a business perspective, like the molds and the costs and the this and the that. Sure, I understand that, but you know, cost going up and inflation affects everybody and everything. That has nothing to do with the scale.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
There's more 1/18 stuff now than there was a decade ago, 2 decades ago, 3 decades ago.
Oh yeah.
So I can't emulate what John says more.
Yeah.
I think it's freaking awesome. So Dave misses the goat. I just did the goat. Goat's never going away, baby. So Jestro's Desk says, hey dude bros, I've been watching. These figures look really great. Got some sort of sickness, so I'm sitting here feeling like shit. All of you guys are awesome. Keep up the great work.
Feel better.
And I hope you feel better. Yeah. And then Philip says that cross-dressing Scuba Pete is still not as scary as the one asking about drinking water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Dark Squish says, O-Ring dead. Yeah, O-Ring's totally not dead. Absolutely not. The Lila says Backdraft reminds me of the visitors from V.
Oh, interesting. That wasn't intentional, but I can
Like
see
the
it.
troopers. I could kind of see that. Yeah. Yep. Legally distinct, non-red shadows. No,
right.
I think Vargo hit it.
Yeah.
I think Vargo nailed it. Yeah. Yeah. House Hendo says, I think that perception exists because of the rise of 1/12 and 1/6. Yeah. 1/6 never went away. It just became kind of niche, but 1/12 it's just like the new hotness thing. Everybody's jumping on Marvel Legends, whatever. But when you all run out of fucking space and start selling it like this guy here did, just remember you can always come buy my Never Go Full Classified t-shirt. Right? Yeah. John says Hasbro's doing the mail line again. Can't wait 2 weeks for DHL to deliver it after giving it a tour of the US. Well, that was the plan. Yeah. I got that scoop, Vargo, like a year ago, 18 months ago.
this point, yeah.
Right around all the other stuff that came true and I was told was lies. Anyway, we're gonna move on. So yep. That was on their 2-year plan last year. Let's talk about this guy.
Yeah, Blazer.
So good.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. I really like the sort of the asymmetrical nature of him.
That shoulder pauldron.
Yeah, and the pauldron comes off, the mask comes off. Underneath, he does have a scarred, a burnt face.
Yeah, he's freaking awesome.
Thanks.
That's cool that pauldron does come off.
Yeah.
Firebomb.
Yeah, Firebomb. He comes with quite the arsenal. And same thing. He's wearing that same placeholder or waist piece that was switched.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I got another of him. Yep, there it is.
There you go. Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, it was replaced with not the same waist, but the other waist piece that we had been waiting for.
No, I really like that belt. It's very utility beltish.
Yeah.
And then the gray really works on that.
Yeah.
I love the freaking design of this figure. It's like, I'm sure it wasn't intentional.
Sure.
But there's like, it feels like homages to the Viper, the Saw Viper, like a bunch of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
He's just freaking awesome.
We reused that torso in a figure coming up, and it's an undeniable homage to Viper. Like that, we definitely did that on purpose.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I look at that vest and I'm like, it's kind of like, it feels like Mercer. So then you think Viper, but then I'm like, there's kind of a low light jam going on there too.
Yeah,
it's freaking awesome. House Hendo wants to know: is he a vampire?
No. Which one? Him? No.
This one. Yeah.
No.
He's just gritty.
Gritty.
Gritting those teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something else I had. Oh, House Hendo says, I'm getting Blackula.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can use the head however you want to use it. That's up to you. But no, these guys use fire as they're all fire-based weapons. So
rad. Lilith is asking, do these figures have peg holes in the feet and the back like the original Joes?
Yeah.
There you go.
In fact, I want to say that they have a double hole. We made it so that I can't remember what you call it, but it's like a countersink so you have one hole, but it's also got another width around it. You can use both like Star Wars style pegs and C.H.A.O.S style pegs. Yeah,
that's the countersink. Yeah, was it 2-in-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's super smart. That was the one thing I got the Super 7 Reaction Plus Battle Android Trooper, and the very first thing I did was I pulled out an old school 80s Joe stand, and he fit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because I was like, is this gonna fit? Because if it doesn't, you can't stand them on the pegs on vehicles or any of that stuff, right? And then you automatically negate a whole bunch of playtime.
That's right.
Heat Wave.
Yeah, the Heat Wave. They're the sort of army of the minute. They Firebrand, all these fire-based villains. They carry that mask and the gloves in large quantities in their trucks, and when they try to rile up an army or instigate an army, they start handing these jackets and the mask out and create a sort of an army of the minute, get people all worked up.
Oh yeah. There's just tons of freaking awesome designs in here. And then the Huntsman.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Huntsman, I mean, you would immediately recognize him if you're at all familiar with European Force. If he was shown with his helmet, he has a helmet that goes on over the head that's really sort of fleshes out what that final look is. But unfortunately, we didn't have the helmet ready at the time. I mean, we had it drawn, we had it partially done, but it just wasn't ready. So, but yeah, I mean, European Force was a toy line of bootlegs in the 90s in Europe, of all places, of course. And they were total bootlegs. Like they were illicitly using G.I. Joe molds to repurpose and what have you. And so all the good guys, had crazy names. They were all French, but all the bad guys had crazy names too, but they were all different languages. Every one of them hailed from a different part of Europe with a different language. They were all spider based. Miguel literally translates as spider. And so we just took Miguel or Spider, renamed it Tarantula, and sort of given purpose to all the disparate spider-based villains they had for European Force.
One thing I will say about this figure, at least you got the flesh tone on the neck right.
Chad, how insensitive of you.
Yeah. Because we've seen a few lines that don't do that correctly, but at least you got that right. Yeah. Good job.
Deathstalkers, they're troops. And I did say this on another podcast a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago, but literally when we were trying to come up with a head sculpt for him, for the sculptor, I said, take Saw Viper and RoboCop and give it a bit of Daft Punk. And this is what he came back with, and I love it. So,
and I can see all three of those influences.
Right. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, Saw Viper, it's like the easy, like 50-meter reference. Like, oh, okay. But then when you say RoboCop, you're like, okay, I see that right here.
Bit,
and then the Daft Punk, yeah. That's awesome.
So, and then when Matt was making the figure, he decided he wanted them to fit in with Night Vipers. So it uses the entire Night Viper palette. It's the exact same colors.
Yeah. Mikey says, Chad, we covered some European Force on one of our Foreign Joe streams. Yes, we did. We absolutely did. Yep. I like the Gone Fish and Bazooka pant color.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, these are freaking. Yeah, these are good. Yeah. Parasite. I love the head sculpt on this guy.
Yeah. Out of all the villains, he's the closest to being a straight shooter. Like, this is a team of villains with villains, and he's the one that's sort of like, is he a villain or is he just hanging out with the wrong people? But yeah, Parasite.
Yeah, he's super clean looking. Just like all the black, like the stitching and all this attention to detail. It's so freaking good.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
That's the kind of stuff that, it's a minor detail, but it really shows, like, when you pay attention to that stuff, like how much it adds to a figure. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Punk rock
Spider. Spider is, he was actually never a figure there. But if you look at the packaging for all of the bad guys, he was the figure on the packaging, but unavailable. You couldn't actually buy the figure. Yeah. So we wanted to rectify that right away. That we thought that's the first thing we need to do is make that figure available. So yeah.
Yep. Punk rock Destro.
Yeah.
With a big old handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's rad.
Yeah.
Thanks. About him. Mummy Mask.
Mummy Mask. Yeah. So Terror Commandos or
Super Soldier gone wrong. I love that definition. Yeah.
So the idea behind it was there was a toy line in 1995 by Lucky Bell called Power Commandos.
Yep.
And they fought a group of villains called Terror. And so we've just sort of lifted that idea and called them the Terror Commandos. And the idea being that there's a very altruistic and legit company that was awarded the contract to try to fix all these various veteran issues, all these people, the wounded soldiers coming home and having unique injuries, and they worked hand in hand with them, and they managed to help the majority of the people, but a couple of people slipped through the cracks and sort of went crazy or evil or what have you. So Mummy Mask, he had been deformed, something to do with atrophy. He had been in prison for a while and everything was atrophying, and in a hope to sort of give him more muscle mass or musculature again, they went through a process with him, and they did, and he became somewhat super strong, but he also lost all facial definition because it's all muscle now, and so he covers himself up, and but he's super strong. So
that's rad.
That's awesome.
Gerard O'Connor says the straightforward all business styling of the aesthetic really adds some serious punch to these figures. Stellar design work.
Oh, thanks. That was all Matt. I mean, well, yeah, it's Matt. I mean, I throw ideas at him, and he's the one that makes it work. But it's definitely his style for sure.
Very cool. Yep.
Yeah.
And then Scuba Pete with the dab jokes, keeping Mummy's details under wraps.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the helmet's removable, or the hat, sorry, is removable on him. So
nice. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
The Lilith says, I'm so down with figures with disability as having one. I love a figure in a wheelchair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's definitely the room for it down the road. We've got a couple of, like I said, this whole team is based on that. It's wounded soldiers that maybe slip through the crack, like I said.
Yeah, that's super cool. I have like dog hair on my sleeve. Freaking dog hair. That's a shitload of figures.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're super awesome. I'm gonna go to Big Bad Toy Store and we're gonna take a look.
Hidden Force.
As you can see, my screen light up, right? It goes from no screen. All right, yeah, let's take a look at Big Bad. Like a cross between V for Vendetta and Darkman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Steve Rogers. I didn't watch Darkman the other day, but somebody was talking about Darkman while I was watching the A-Team with Liam Neeson, and I was like,
oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's crazy that you mentioned that. I watched that movie last night. I hadn't seen it since it first came out.
Which
Liam
one?
Liam Neeson A-Team.
it's so good.
Yeah.
I think it's freaking great. And like
Yeah.
so many people are like,
It's so much fun.
kinda...
Yeah, I thought it was a fun movie.
Boop, here we go.
Oh, look at that. There you go.
So Legends of the Hidden Force, and I know my super awesome moderators have already put it in the chat time and time again. But now I'm going to put something in the chat, and you guys can appreciate that. And I rhyme.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, Jedi Ben says A-Team rocks. Agreed.
Yeah.
Jedi Ben, I saw you in somebody's chat, and I meant to tell you next time I saw you. Oh, look at this fucking guy. Look at this. Come on, man. Get out of here. You did it. Jedi Ben, I think I saw you in, I don't know if it was Cobra Cast or it was somewhere. It was like Critical Drinker or something like that. But yeah, I saw Jedi Ben's name come up and I was like, hey, I know that guy. Hell yeah. Yeah, it was. Was it Cobra Cast? I think it was Cobra Cast, man. Oh, now I guess I gotta do it. Hold on. I'm contractually obligated.
Chad, why are you so insensitive?
I love you, Pete. I love you so much. Yeah. Yeah, he says both probably, yeah. The Call of Duty joke in A-Team always makes me cackle. It's such a good movie. Yeah. Lilith says, very nice selection. I love all different styles, and being compatible to Joe makes me have a large smile on my face. Yep. Wanting them all.
Nice.
No, they flew a tank. You saw it. It happened. It really happened. But yeah, so let's take a look at some of these. So here we have, let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. It's weird. You get it so big and then it goes down. That's what she said. Yeah. Yeah, so we got a whole bunch of figures here.
Yeah. You got Obake and Kusa and Omen.
Yep.
You got Fury and Shinobi.
I freaking love the Shinobi. It's so... The last time you were on, we talked about Shinobi at length. How freaking clean he is.
Yeah.
The blue with like that goldish kind of like burnt orange piping and the red. It's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, him and Omen, I think, are my top two most anticipated.
Oh, awesome.
I'm a big fan of Daito as well.
Yeah. I like Daito. Yeah.
There you go. Peg. Blades in the hands.
Yeah.
Yep. Where's Road Pig? This freaking figure.
He might be sold out. I don't know. I know a lot of people love him. Yeah.
Right. I love this figure so much. I had to put him in the thumbnail for the stream tonight.
Yeah. You know what? I'm really stoked with when they did send back the second round of paint masters or the paint, the paint tests. I was worried that when I started to see how they'd botched the paint jobs on all the others and we were getting them fixed, I was like, they're totally going to screw up Raiju's paint. Like, and no, that was one of the ones they still had nailed, that gradient sort of.
Yeah,
color.
that neon almost burst. It's so freaking good.
Yeah.
On the gauntlets for sure. And just his whole body, torso, gauntlets, his legs, they nailed it.
Thanks.
He just looks fucking awesome. I love this figure.
That's awesome.
And that's the image that I had to put on the thumbnail with the chain.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome.
I love it. Real quick. That was a real tank. I mean, it was CG, but it was a tank. Yeah. Can you fly a hiss? Probably not the same. No, probably not. TNT Skate said, I ordered the blue Ninja. Yep. Possibly ordering more. I love Ninja.
That's awesome. Yep. I will, you know what, being that it's pertinent, being that we're talking about right now, first off, I don't know if you can hear all the dishes clanging in the back.
Yes.
I do have to go pretty soon.
That's okay. Yeah, we're gonna go
6 here. We're doing our first major Christmas parties right now, but
sweet.
The two things were, there's Kudan. Yeah. Oh, sold out pre-order. Yeah. So the first thing was, you were talking about the clean, crisp pinstripe on Shinobi, that yellow stripe.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they sent the sample, it was totally muddied and barely even there. And we were like, what do we have to do to get this that crisp? And they're like, we'd have to do like 4 more layers, and that's going to cost you this much more. And we're like, yeah, it's worth it. Do it. So we just sort of ate the cost on that. Same thing with with all the rivets. Originally, the rivet they originally did them. They showed them painted, but then when they showed us the finished samples, they weren't. And we're like, what's going on? You know, we thought we had paid for anodized rivets that could be painted, and they were like, nope. And we were just like, okay, well, what's that going to cost us? And it was crazy how much more it added to the figures. But again, we bit the bullet on that. We're like, I don't care. They got to be. We don't want like these big garish metal like silver rivets in all this flesh tone, and you know. So I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but 2 different.
You should.
No, 2 choices we made that cost us a lot of money again, just to make sure these figures come out the best possible way they can.
Well, it's the little things at the end that end up that elevate the figure so much,
right.
You know.
Yeah, I agree. Little things that just take you out of that whole, take you out of that world. Like, it's not worth it to me. You just make the best figure, make it look.
Yeah, completely agreed. Because having gotten some newer O-ring figures with exactly what you were talking about, some with painted rivets, some with unpainted rivets. The unpainted rivets, it's like eye cancer. Like you just go right to it.
Exactly. You can't look away from it.
The paint apps, the tampos. Fuck no. You're staring at these like glaring rivets. It's like the hinge pins in 6-inch figures. It's eye cancer. Like I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's
just like John said, colored rivets are the bane of O-ring makers.
It's true. When they told us what the amount that we had to commit to get the colored rivets, we were just like choking. But we're like, okay, do it. Whatever. Yeah, got to be done right.
Let me ask you something. I know you got to go soon. We looked at a lot of figures. We threw up all the links. If you've been on the fence about getting in on Legends of the Hidden Force, you can go get them from Big Bad Toy Store. Get them before the rest of them sell out, because the not 1995 Road Pig is already sold out.
Yeah,
but if you're on the fence about if you're on the fence about backing C.H.A.O.S, please consider it, because they're very quality figures.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you something, Darren. You make O-ring figures.
I do.
John makes O-ring figures. But other people that we know, Chris, the guys at Skeletron, they kind of go both ways. There's a joke in there. Where do you see the difference, the main differences, as someone who's like in the trenches of this, between O-ring, rivet construction, and modern construction?
Like with the palm for instead of the metal rivets, or with
like the modern Joes, say your
I don't
your modern Eagle Force figures.
I don't have such I don't know. I don't have an issue with them existing. Like they exist and that's great, but there's the overly detailed. Like I'm not a fan of it. I like something where there's still a lot for me to create in my mind and fill out and flesh out. And I don't know. I've never I'm gonna make a lot of enemies no matter what I say.
Nah.
Modern figures make me feel like they're trying too hard. Like I feel like classic O-ring it was perfect. It was there. You know, like that was the amount of detail I needed. That was the amount of everything. And everything after was like, but we want to try really hard to make you love us again. It was like, you don't have to. I already loved what you were doing before. But like, no, look at how much we're putting into this. Yeah, it's just lost on me. It's just not for me. I don't know. And I say that with literally 3 or 4 of my closest friends in the hobby and in the industry are people that brought you those figures. And I hope that they forgive me for saying that, but it sometimes feels like it was, yeah. I don't know.
I guess what I was getting at,
Mm-hmm.
and I do appreciate that answer. And look, one way or the other, I don't give a shit, right? Mm-hmm. I've always been a like what you like. I hate Batman 89, and I will die on that hill, and I will argue anyone that The Dark Knight is a great movie until the last 20 minutes, and then it falls apart. I don't give a shit. But I've heard people say that making a line of O-ring figures is actually more tedious or more expensive because, you know, rivets, O-rings, T-bars, screws, this, that.
Absolutely.
So it's costlier to make O-ring figures.
All that hardware. Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, but it depends, right? Like you're probably for modern figures, you're probably paying more for the design and the sculptor and what have you. They're having to do a lot more work. They're going to charge much more.
Right.
But yeah, the actual production run, when it comes down to it, you're paying probably a lot more for the O-ring figure than you are for the modern figure.
Yeah, rivets, screws, like just looking at all like the little minuscule hardware that goes into them. And I wanted to ask that question because of all the people that I've had on, you're the first one that I've decided to like actively ask which one is harder to make.
Yeah. Well, I haven't made modern figures, but I had somebody. This is a whole can of worms. There was a guy that I used to deal with. His name was Tian Dang, and he did a lot of damage in this hobby. A lot of damage. He ruined entire toy lines and ruined a lot of people, me being one of them. But anyways, Tian Dang, he at one time pitched that to me. He said, hey, I have the capacity to make these modern style figures that done with this way, done this way, done like this. And he gave me a price per figure versus what I was already paying for making O-ring figures. And it was far cheaper. Like it was far cheaper per figure. So that's sort of where I get the basis of my data from. I can't say that for certain, but that's,
you know, there's a lot of other people who are really knowledgeable about the toy industry. Bobby Valla, for one, he was the first one to say that openly to me, like, dude, O-ring figures cost way more to make. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Do they? And
it's almost scary how much a 5 POA figure is to make. Like if you have, here's how much an O-ring figure costs to make, and here's how much the modern figure costs to make. It does this much to make a 5 POA figure.
Yeah,
like
because
it's nothing. It's pennies.
I'm like, I get it. Just like what John said, the sweet nectar of nostalgia. I understand that. But I am squarely in the 27 points of articulation modern. This is me. This is where I live. But I do have a lot of O-ring figures, and of course, you know, I have that love for them as well. Regardless, I'm still staying in the scale. I wanted to ask that of someone who, you know, actively makes action figures of that design, because
So sorry to wrap it up, but I have to go. They're literally freaking out for me right now. I can hear the chef calling and the manager. They're both like, oh, we need Darren.
Really good. Yeah,
we're talking about toys.
Yeah, we're right about at the 2-hour mark anyway. We'll let you split, and then Mr. Vargo and I will wrap it up with the chat.
Yep.
yeah, if I can leave you with any parting thoughts, if chaos interests you at all, even in the slightest, just go check out the Kickstarter. It's got 3 days left. Happens to end on my birthday. If you were looking for something to get me for my birthday, it would be a little
how sweet.
last minute action there would really help. So,
yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
Okay,
thank
you
Darren,
guys so much.
Yep.
Yep. It's good
And
to see you again.
if I don't see you before, I'll see you guys at Joe Fest. Otherwise, yeah, talk to you soon.
Yep. It's good to see you again, sir.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Take care. Have a good night. All right, Mr. Vargo. It's just you and me in the old chat there now. Yeah. Mr. Kukovic says, "Go Chaos, back that shit. Back that shit." Yeah, great guest for sure. Absolutely. And then John says, "If you are not sure, spend 3 or 4 hours with a Chinese factory trying to convince you to use modern style over O-ring." Yeah, and that's all fair. That's all well and good. I just, I don't know. I did get Darren was talking about Black Major.
Yep.
Right, because he did the whole Red Laser Army and all that stuff. He's still there, so I'm gonna kick him. I just kicked him out. Just because I can, Sky Pig. I will go get Sky Pig. Don't make me go get him.
Sky
Get him.
Sky Kudan.
I got 3 of the translucent Decepticon bats from Black Major the other day. I haven't pulled them out of the baggies, but they look good. I gotta put my hands on them. So Joe Fan 84 says, "I love modern. I did not expect O-ring to cost more." Yeah, I actually didn't either, but it makes sense, like when you get way down into the bells and whistles, like because you've got rivets here, you've got rivets there, you've got screws in here, you got screw in the back, you got the O-ring, the metal frickin', T-bar down in there. That's a lot of little metal pieces that you have to pay for. Any month now, Chad, Robo Skull Mark II. Did you back that thing?
I did not.
Holy God. I swear the next time I get an update from Skeletron that says the same shit about the boat being at the port, but blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I want my friggin' vehicles.
The only thing I bought was the retro Wolf Trooper. So,
the crazy thing is, I have an OG one. I bought the Mark II and the Mark II Special Edition. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give one of them away once I get to like 5,000 subs. Here we are, 8,500 subs, and I still don't have those in hand. I guess it's gonna be 10,000. I don't know at the rate we're going now, but yeah, man, all those, they just got backed up bad. Lilith says, "Thank you, Chad, for giving these creators a platform to talk on. No other streamer let them speak their mind." I know that Darren went on a bunch of different.
He was on What's on
channels.
Joe Mind, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and he went on Needless Things with those guys, and yeah, it's cool. It's all good. But Darren's an awesome guy, and he's all about the hobby, and there's some other guys like this guy that I know. I know this guy's kid too. Think about how many parts versus modern. Modern is way easier to mold in single pieces. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. And the way that they peg and the whole 9 yards. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Gerard says those head sculpts were killer. I frickin' the attention that they put into those head sculpts were so good. And I know that a lot of people shit on the I'm gonna grab this dude down. I know a lot of people shit on that Walmart retro line, and I know I'm going back to modern, but we're talking about head sculpts. When you have really clean frickin' hair like that, like the head sculpt on this figure, he does not have hat head whatsoever. He's got a really good head sculpt, and the helmet fits him perfectly.
Yeah, the helmet's not too oversized to compensate either.
No way. They did a really good job with this Walmart line. And I know people wanted to dog on it, but that line could have been so much more than what it was. So much more. John says O-ring Wolf Trooper is my favorite Skeletron figure. Yeah, he's pretty rad. I showed him on the pregame, right? When he was next to my
next to the Riot Trooper.
That's how people point here in New Mexico. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. I never
Yeah, they
did.
point with their mouths. Yeah. Hey, where'd you come from? It's weird. Yeah.
Well, something
and then
that your
Chuck says I may be partial. Yeah, you might be just a little bit. It's okay.
something that your channel might be interested in. That's the Lord's scale that I picked up recently.
Ooh, yeah,
was
let's see it.
The Impact Global Force Air Avenger to go with the playset I got recently. So that pops up, and then
Dude,
these
that's
fold
so
out.
rad.
Yep.
It's not mask. It's not Vortex.
mask.
No.
The electronics don't work, but I think I'm going to try to unscrew it and see if I can get them to work. So, but I had to get this from Spain because I
Ooh.
could not find one in the U.S. anywhere.
España.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I almost have the entire.
God, so awesome. Yeah.
I almost have the entire Impact collection. I just need the helicopter. Then I have the
Nice.
whole line.
Yeah, these guys are. Oh, look at Scuba Pete's giving you all the applause. Yeah, man, that thing's freaking awesome. It's Impact.
Yeah, it's Toy Max is the company.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's this line of figures.
Mhm.
So it's a small line, 12 figures, 2 vehicles, and a playset. So,
yep.
Just need this, which I have never seen a picture of, so I'm not even sure it exists.
Yeah, it might be like the freaking whatever
That spider.
the freaking vehicle I got.
Yeah.
That was just. I'm sorry, man. I had another moment. My moments are getting more often, and I'm trying to not.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to not. So, I know I had talked about it before. I was going to talk about it in a video, but I don't know how well that would go over. But the Sky Pig aircraft. I'm looking right at it. The one that was the Tiger Hawk for Extreme that never happened.
It wasn't the Skyhawk, was it?
I think they just called it. No, the Skyhawk is the little. No. Anyway,
I don't remember.
yeah. Yeah.
Off the eBay.
Things.
I actually so funny story. The guy that I bought this from gave me another one too.
No way.
It's not complete, but he said
So
he had a
cool,
second
man. You
one.
got another.
He had a second one that's was pretty beat up. So I said, I'll
Just
take
get an O-ring Magnum PI from Matthew LaCroix and stick him in there, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, the Tiger Hawk. Yeah. Yeah. The white one from
Something
India.
off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Comrade Bobcat, Chad, I'm planning a command car for my Hawk. So should I use the Vamp or the Vamp Mark II? You know what? I got the thing for you.
That Mark II, he'd probably be a little more protected.
Entertain people by staring at them.
So something else I picked up, just to kind of, is I picked up the 2004 Piranha attack boat from the Valor versus Venom line. I've got an 84 Cutter driving it. But
I got mine in a box still.
yeah, so it's a cool boat. I always wish Joe had more boats. This one, I think he put a battery in it and the motor actually works. So I had to send this to Chad, and then Chad bought one too. So
oh yeah, mine's in the box right over there. I was actually going to open it for my members video for Thursday. I will say, Comrade Bobcat, there's a here it is. So these are my 2 suggestions for a command car for General Hawk. One would be this Leonard the Core Jeep.
Yep,
That's
one,
Jeep, right?
Yep.
Now, granted, I took the missile launcher off of it because I used it for other projects, but it has a little quad missile launcher on the back. This would make a good command car for General Hawk. You could even, if you wanted to, you could add a little flag off that antenna in the back. There's one option. Another option, if you want to go big, would be this Sergeant Savage Grizzly Jeep. Just a thought.
and if
Because
you're
the
really
4-inch
cool, you could
figures
have
will
the
fit
fun
in.
school version of it.
Do what?
If you're really cool, you could have the fun school version of that one.
Well, yeah, which I do, but yeah, this one's complete. As you can see, the missiles trying to poo out of the side of it. But yeah, I mean, you could use something like this. I don't know. It's a little larger than a vamp, but I mean, you got options. Yeah, I don't know, but you can get these Leonard Decor Jeeps off Amazon for dirt cheap, man.
Yep. Well, they were what I think they were part of the re-released 40th anniversary line, right?
Yep. Does it float? Which one?
The Piranha boat.
Oh, the boat.
Yep, it does, and then the motor works too. So,
Oh, K Dog, what's up, dude? K Dog strolls in 2 minutes after we were supposed to end. Yeah. Daredevil Dave says I turned that Jeep into Snake Eyes version for personal ride. That's cool. I find that little Jeep all the time at Dollar General. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff, but yeah, I mean, this is just a, little option for a command vehicle, or yeah, probably a Vamp Mark 1. Usually if you're a general, you're not cruising around in like a, a direct action vehicle, but I don't know, whatever, ideas, just options. But you can get this Sergeant Savage Grizzly. You can get this, $40 sealed, and it's a rad vehicle.
Yeah.
So whatever, you got options. There's ideas, but yeah, here's the Black Major translucent bats. They're pretty rad, dude.
I have not bought a Black Major in a while because I bought them a couple years ago when they were really loose, like when they had just started doing the rivets themselves.
Yeah. The interesting thing is the left arm's like super tight, right? But the right arm is just fucking loose, dude. Right? And the head,
yeah.
I don't know if you can see that wobble. That's pretty bad. I don't know. I'm not going to shit all over it. I got 3 of them, but yeah, this one's a little. Can you hear it? Can you hear that?
Rattle.
Yeah, little rattly. Matt Noon says, Vargo, check out the 94 Manta Ray.
Yep.
And add Cobra Eels to it. Yeah, the Manta Ray.
Yeah, I had that at one point. I need to get it again because it's not an expensive vehicle.
No, I got it. It's over by my flag somewhere. My General Hawk is in the chopper portion of the 06 Rhino because freedom.
The 06
chopper
Rhino
portion of my 06 Rhino became my 4-inch Mask Venom Switchblade. That's what that turned into.
The Rhino's a rad vehicle, though.
It's so freaking rad, man. The Rhino is killer. Yeah, it's totally killer. Cool. Yeah, still got 100 people hanging out. That was a fun stream. It was really nice to hang out with Darren. I almost said my piece about Bill from Fresh Monkey Fiction, but I just let it walk on by. I want to be like, it's a good thing he's friends with you because I'm fucking pissed at him.
Well, so I think that if they can do the Big Bad pre-order system, I think that could be a game changer potentially for some of these small, maybe it gives. That's how they come back with chaos. If this Eagle Force does well.
Yeah. Mixed feeling about Black Major. Yeah, same, dude, because this is a Black Major. And this freaking figure is tight. He is solid. This.
Yeah.
Did you see that? His arm fell off. This is a Black Major. So buyer beware. I don't know. Whatever.
You're in for a scare.
I did order their like the astronaut, like the jetpack guys.
Yeah, the payloads,
yeah, all the different versions of payload. But he doesn't call them that. But yeah. I ordered the Z Force one and a couple others. Hopefully they're not fucked.
I might that's one that I've been tempted in getting the green one that should have been the Star Force payload, but they lost the mold for.
Yeah, yeah.
To get that one.
Yeah. Lilith says, I'm very annoyed at Gunrunner in a big way. I hear you. I am as well. I know that I'm not trying to sound like that guy. So please don't let it come across that way. But I didn't see anyone else make a video after they abandoned that Kickstarter except for me. And then John made that little dig in his post about people making YouTube videos, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, whatever it is, what it is. But, you know,
Well, you have a right to be upset. Like, when you had Mikey on stream and he brought up that spreadsheet of like the amount of money that you're getting back versus the amount of money it's going to cost you to rebuy everything.
Mm-hmm. I haven't even gotten my refund yet.
And that's been about 3 months since they've said that they're doing refunds.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, but I have not received my refund, and I went all in. That's not chump change, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Christopher
it's
Cutthroat,
unfortunate.
Chad Moore car rants. I gotta have something to car rant about, but yeah, I did a car rant for channel members not that long ago, but
yeah.
I don't know. I need it's got to be something that pisses me off to the point where I'm like, that's it. I'll be right back, and I just grab my car keys and go outside because that's when it's real. And I haven't really had that lately, but yeah, I don't know. It sucks, man. But you know, when Marauders non-Kickstarter went from 4 SKUs to 32 SKUs, and they didn't even have fucking designs for some of them, they were just like stretch goal, money,
Yeah.
stretch goal, money. They screwed themselves, and then they screwed all those other companies that were waiting for them too.
Well, and you've seen the effects of that, and I think the effects of that have impacted Darren's Kickstarter.
Yeah, no, for sure. Comrade Bobcat says, I need to do a rant about the Mobat being a station wagon with 120 millimeter smoothbore gun. Here I go. No, that's not going to happen. Black Major is nice, but sometimes you get a loose joint figure.
Yeah, I just think their quality control, it's not up there to some of the big, And Chad's gone again. All right, party time.
No, I'm not. I'm right here. Talking about these. The Fun School Giggles Jeeps.
Yep.
Have you ever seen what these look like right out of the box?
Yeah, they're already pre-assembled, right?
Yep. That's it. You just pull it out of the box, man. It's already the thing with these though is they're God, look at how shitty the inside of this box is, man. It wanted to fall out in my face. Yeah, so they already come pre-assembled. Yeah, this is the commonly referred to as the Giggles Jeep or the Fun School Vamps. There's 3 of them. I have the green one, the MFR Racer, and the police one. And the paper stickers on these, I opened one and it was wrapped in cellophane, and there was moisture between the box and the cellophane. And when I opened it, all the paper stickers were just falling off of it. But yeah.
I like how they just said, no, the Vamp is too difficult to build. We're just going to build it for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the red Vamp looks perfect for adventure people. Agreed. I don't know where my adventure person went. I have like one adventure person guy, and he's somewhere, but I can't find him. He's like hiding. Maximilian Tucker says, "Oh, that's adorable." Yeah, that's how they all come. You just boop, and they're already put together. Stickers on and everything. That's right. Fun fact, MFR is an Indian tire company. That is correct. Yep. Or MRF, yeah.
I mean, there's like 7 different versions of that.
Mm-hmm. And it's on the tires. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. But they're already together. Freaking gas cans, steering wheel, whole 9 yards. There you go.
I do kind of like the 5th wheel on the back, though.
Oh yeah, me too. The Baja tire,
yeah,
that's good. Yeah, yeah. No, it's riveted down. Yeah. That it turns, but that's it. So don't ask me why it spins. No, there's a rivet in it underneath the hubcap. Yep, that's about it. All right, cool. So you got a new video out.
I did. Yep, I put up another tour. video of my collection since it's changed so much since I did the last one. So
Yeah.
You guys wanna look
completely
through-
redid that whole room.
yeah, look through that, see all the 1/18th scale stuff.
Everybody offends me.
Everything offends me.
It seemed the most appropriate. I don't know. Whatever.
Everyone.
Does it have the wrong size O-ring? What? This?
I don't think it's an O-ring issue.
No,
What
it's
is
not. It's not the O-ring. The O-ring's fine. It's the rivets in the arms. So Eric says that's new. It is new. For the pregame, Mr. Vargo here and I loaded some new ones. Yeah. Oh shit! Northern Nomad says, "Get over it, suckers." No. It is not. Yeah. Good to see you, Northern Nomad. Anyway, yeah, so you put out a new video. The video's awesome. Everybody who's hanging out, I got two things for you. One, if you're not subbed to MVargo97, fix yourself. And two, go watch his new video because it's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you
at
get to see
500.
him nonchalantly say, like, oh yeah, and this flag that I got for free. You know, no big deal.
Yeah, I'm at 599 subscribers. So if I could at least just be pushed over to 600.
One more. One of you fucks hanging out here. I'm sorry. One of you awesome people. That was insensitive of me. Please click on this link that our good friend Scuba Pete provided and go sub to bam. You're at 600, baby.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. 600 subs.
Yeah, you'll get to see the most knockoffs that anybody owns.
He says, fine. Fine. Even numbers are arbitrary. Is the armadillo a tank? No, the armadillo is not a tank. It's not a tank. Ugh. Anyway, now you're at 601 subs. Very cool.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm going to go live again on Sunday, so it's going to be another TGIS. And Robert's Infinite Realms and we're going to start some shit. Yeah. Look, Talib says, I'll accept being a fuck. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I'm sorry. You know what that was? You know what that was? I know what that was.
Chad, why are you so insensitive?
It was insensitive of me. I'm sorry. Is the mobile battle book? Stop it. Just stop it. All of you. Look, you're at 604 now.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
That's gonna be our new thing. Hello, fellow fucks. No, I'm just kidding. You're
How do
all
you do,
awesome.
fellow fuck?
I love you all. I truly missed not being around for a week. And again, I'm sorry, but you know, things happen, and sometimes battle android troopers have to drive jeeps. So, yeah,
Does he have his driver's license?
probably not. No, Vargo is the Leonard Master.
Not the master. I'm maybe like the apprentice, but
Look at all this tank shit. Look at all this bullshit.
I think you just need to come out with a video of you just going through every vehicle from G.I. Joe saying not a tank.
I did
Not
a bunch of them in that video.
I think you got to go through every video and just say not a tank, not a tank, not a tank.
I need to do a car rant how you can't get dollar tacos anymore.
True, they're like $2.19.
I need to do a car rant about all this freaking bullshit. That's what I need to do a car rant about.
Do a comment about my comment section's a bunch of fucks.
No, man. No. Can someone please tell me why no Friday night versus? I really miss it. Yes. So I mean, it's more for Jay to speak on, but it's kind of one of those things where I stopped streaming on Wednesdays and Sundays so that I could spend time with the ma'am when her schedule changed because she had a career change. most people know what she does. I don't broadcast it, but I stopped streaming on Wednesdays and Sundays because of that, so I could have an evening with her. I don't even know what the fuck that is. And Jay and his wife's schedules kind of reshuffled. And so Friday, when Jay streams during the day, and it's not really fair to Jay's wife for him to stream during the day. He gets done at like 1:30, 2 o'clock his time, and then he has to turn around again and stream right away. So, I'm open to anything. I'm easygoing, and I'm retired, so it doesn't matter. So I told Jay, like, whenever you want to work it in, let's just do it. So it might wind up being a Saturday afternoon thing, but we're gonna get it all figured out. So it'll get worked out. But Versus isn't gone. It's just a thing of scheduling. It's really all it is. Not a big deal. But yeah, I will be live Sunday night with Robert's Infinite Realms. Maybe asterisk a surprise guest or two, and we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff. It'll be fun.
Yeah, should be a good time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like everybody, I don't want to say everybody. Neon at Night. Yeah, it's the same with Neon at Night because Nick's schedule and we kind of hitched our wagon to Vinny Delevia, and we're sort of waiting on that. But yeah, we need it.
Damn it, Vinny.
Yeah, Sunday's gonna be fun. It'll be good. And yeah, I already shared the thumbnail. I don't need to show it again. So here we go. So if the Rattler is a tank buster, can it only target 3 No, it can target anything. That's the thing. Yeah. I mean, I would shoot an unarmed wheeled vehicle with depleted uranium rounds all day. Why not? It just is less rounds. So yeah. Chad, when are you going to do your Lego building stream? Oh fuck, really? I don't build Legos. Are you talking about the built to rule stuff?
Build to rule stuff.
You can't stream that because it's just me. It's a camera staring down, and it's me putting the wrong fucking parts on 10 times. It's got to be a video, and it has to be.
Have you done
highly
that?
edited?
Have you put the headquarters together yet?
Oh,
that would be a good video.
It's see, it's over there. Yeah. Yeah. All I'm hearing is I need to crash a show on Sunday. Yep, sounds about right. Sunday's going to be fun, and everybody says like, "Oh, am I getting the mega set?" No, I'm not. No, the Mattel set. Yeah,
I was surprised. I didn't realize that was ready to ship. I thought that was a pre-order. But
I mean, I saw it and I was like, yeah, it's cool, but
I mean, it's nice to be able to just something to go up, you buy it and you get it. You don't have to wait 2 years to get it. So
I do have the built to rule hiss. So I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Destro referred to the Rattler by the anachronism fighter bomber. Yeah, I mean it does carry bombs, right? It has missiles and dumb bombs, and sure. But it is built around a GAU-8 Avenger gun, so that's definitely a tank killer. And the original working title for the Rattler was Tank Smasher anyway, before they settled on Rattler. Well,
and then they decided to use the name Rattler for a vamp repaint in the 90s. Because that's when Kenner was in charge of G.I. Joe.
Do you ever think Destro gets his tongue stuck in his helmet in cold weather?
You think someone can pay his voice actor to like do that?
Arthur Burke?
Arthur, yeah.
Or
It's like, say, hey, I'm going to send you some money. Can you do this?
The classified Rattler carries nukes. Do you know how many things are wrong with that? So now Cobra's a fucking nuclear power. Why would you put nuclear weapons on a subsonic aircraft? Do you know the flight ceiling of an A-10? Oh, fuck. That's that bullshit. Yeah, he's going to crack. What the fuck? Here we go. Let's go. No,
Is
man.
that the next
serious?
car rant?
What's up, 2-hour dude? Fucks. Dude, this stream, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I needed this week. I really needed it. I think I think Destro gets his mask stuck in the Baroness in cold weather. Ooh. That wouldn't be very good. He'd just be like, that tongue would barely even. No, we're not even going to go there. Like now, Nick Patronus is happy because I got bent. Kamikaze Rattler. What the shit, man? Cobra is not a nuclear power. I swear in this. Okay, look, just record your screens, people, because I'm going to go. This is my fucking problem with the people running the G.I. Joe brand right now. They don't know anything about military, anything. They don't know anything about military tactics, techniques, procedures, operations, nomenclature, vehicles, fucking they know nothing. Nothing. And I get it. Like, you got a bunch of Ivy League people doing Ivy League people shit, staring at spreadsheets. Everybody wants another Snake Eyes. But at the same time, like, why? Why do you have a nuclear capable A-10? Have you seen how slow those things fly? They're called angry vacuum cleaners for a reason, man. Like, granted, you can't shoot them down. I mean, you can, but they're very hard to shoot down. But you're not going to equip that with anything nuclear capable. They're stupid. It's like, why the fuck? Why did they put ripcord with a dragonfly? You're not going to jump out of that thing. Do you know where you're going to go if you try to jump out of that? You're going to go in the wrong direction. You do not put ripcord with the dragonfly. You do not put nukes on an A-10. I fucking swear, man. The people who used to run G.I. Joe, like, they were either service members, they were vets, Larry Hama, etc. You know, writers of the comics.
Yep.
You know, or they at least studied the military. Like when they did the original Joe in the 60s, they spent a lot of time at the Rhode Island National Guard Armory, like listening to these people talking to like officers and, you know, vets from the Vietnam War and stuff. They don't know shit, man. And it just bugs me. That's your next rant. Rattler Nukem. The fuck, I swear, man. And I don't mean to get nitpicky about it, but Jesus, man.
Well,
like as a person who joined the military because of G.I. Joe and then came back with an even stronger love for G.I. Joe because of the military and G.I. Joe, it's like 6 degrees of Chad and G.I. Joe. It bugs me, man. It really bugs me.
Well, like, what fun is it even to like put a nuke? Like, there's no fun with like, oh, they just have a nuke. Everybody's dead. Like, that's not fun to me. I don't remember any of my playtime with G.I. Joe ever being with nukes.
It's all the dumb shit. Like, if you're talking about how you got to save money and all this stuff, why did you put Graves on Grunt's body armor when no other figure has their name anywhere on their shit? And then you give him a steel core helmet like, oh, well, he's an army builder. Then why the fuck did you tampo Graves on his fucking chest? And
it's not even like it was something.
I don't get it.
It's not even like it was something that the original Grunt had, like where they tried to make it look like his name was on there. But
see, these dipshits would say that those helicopters have ejection seats. Didn't you see fucking GoldenEye? The helicopter had ejection. I don't.
The blades stop just in the right place when it ejects, so they don't hit the blade.
Would you be against arming a Rattler with ripcords? Nope. I wouldn't. But it has to be Marlon Wayne's ripcord. I don't know. I invited Gary Beekler from Nerdrotic on to discuss the Snake Eyes movie with me. We're gonna see if that pans out. I don't know. I'm reaching. I don't know. Whatever. I'm feeling pretty good now. Not one time other than in that stupid comment has it been said that the classified Rattler carries a nuke. Fair enough.
Yeah, I didn't back it, so
Why would you even give nukes to Cobra? Exactly. They're not a nuclear power. Like that's just dumb. Hasbro is also within 45 minutes of 2 VA hospitals. They have plenty of references. They just say fuck it. Well, they don't have any, like, I'm not saying they had military advisors on payrolls, but they had enough people at their disposal that knew enough stuff. So.
There's plenty of people
Getting
that
a
would
new
just,
car in.
I mean, there's plenty of people today that if they just ask somebody for advice, that they would just give it to them. It's not like they need to pay somebody. But that's too much work.
But Chad, but Bobby, Hooded Cobra Commander is racist and deadlier than a nuke. Yeah, he sure is. Yeah. And then Viper Scott said, but that means you have to watch Snake Eyes again. No, I don't. No, I don't. I've seen it twice. I'm good. It's all right there.
Cliff notes it.
Newsflash, Hasbro doesn't care about the line. I mean, I'm sure they do because it's their IP, they own it, and it makes them money, but I also feel that they could lean into it a little more. They're so caught up with making enough Star Wars toys to justify the $500 million license that they have to pay for, but they're paying $500 million to a licensor that's destroying its own brand when they have their own brands that are sitting collecting dust. That, you know, you could get a couple of people like us, like people who actually know the lore and collect the toys and read the comics and stuff in a room, and you could come up with a reinvigorated G.I. Joe masked Transformers BAM. And I mean, they're doing pretty good with the Energon universe, but that's not Hasbro, right? That's Skybound.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just,
yeah. I mean, I would say Hasbro cares about G.I. Joe, but they don't love G.I. Joe. Like people that used to work on G.I. Joe love G.I. Joe.
And here's the thing, like Chris's sentiment here, Hasbro should hire Chad to get military advice. Sure, I mean, I'm fucking free. I'm available, right? I would do it for toys. But the thing is, they're the kind of company like Toys R Us was. If you care about an IP, they will purposefully not let you work on that line.
But they didn't used to be that way, and that's the
They
sad.
didn't used to be that way. No, they didn't used to be that way. But that's how they are. It's very corporate centric, and it sucks. And yeah, they care about G.I. Joe. They care about G.I. Joe to the point where like
it's part of their history.
It makes them some bucks.
Yeah,
you know,
it's part of their history, and they need to care about it. But
yeah, Hasbro's brands are in reserve. Yeah, you ain't kidding. I mean, they're just licensing everything out, and we know that. You know, everything's just going to get licensed out.
But hey, back C.H.A.O.S, and you'll get toys from people that actually care and love their toy line.
Yep. And back this guy's freaking awesome line. Watching Snake Eyes twice, that's crazier than flying a sort of A-10 with a nuke. I watched it once because actually the very first time this polarizing, negative, toxic face was ever on YouTube was on someone else's channel to discuss the Snake Eyes movie. And I had to watch it to do so. And then the ma'am was really curious because, you know, she's a big fan of the Baroness.
Yeah.
Which that is the Kareness. That's not the Baroness. But yeah, so is bad. I think I've seen that movie as many times as I've seen The Last Jedi. Yep. Yeah. Cutthroat says, I sold my Snake Eyes 4K movie because I was embarrassed I bought one. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Were you even able to sell it? Did anybody buy it?
It's on something because I put up that post that said I triple dare you to watch this shit.
It's probably
I don't
on, like,
remember what it was.
Paramount or something. I think they owned.
Yeah. Maximilian Tucker says, I wonder how much money Hasbro dropped for the new Monopoly Go commercial. I don't know.
My wife was addicted to that game for a little bit.
Kareness. Yeah. Yep. It's rough, man. I don't want to be angry about it, but it's one of those things like when you know something could be so much more, it's frustrating. Okay, bye.
I'm just in the corner.
Nobody puts Vargo in the corner. Mr. John says, I would be willing to take over the Joe brand. Fuck yeah,
Well,
right?
With figures like this, I would let John take over the
That
brand.
figure is so good, man.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. With figures like this, I'd let John take over the brand.
There are so many cool. Okay, well, you put it down. There are so many cool lines right now with like new characters, new lore, new IPs, like new ideas.
Yep.
It can't just be like. And Snake Eyes it's a mantle now. As I fucking karate chop my mic. Snake Eyes is a mantle now. It like anybody can be Snake Eyes because in the comics he's Kamakura now. Or he was for
then
a while.
They cloned him and
yeah, whatever. It's Batman Nightfall all over again. But there's a million things you could do, man. And it's just I guess it is what it is, right? I don't know.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? We've got all these other companies right now putting out stuff, and I think it's more interesting than anything we're getting from Hasbro. So,
yeah. And see, this was my argument about if Hasbro put as much attention into the brands that they own versus trying to make money back off a $500 million license, they could do with G.I. Joe what they have to do with Star Wars. You could have your O-ring retro, you could have your modern, you could have your 6-inch, you could do your 12-inch. Like,
yeah, talking about people that are under sword, to the 12-inch collector. I mean, they screwed those guys over 20 years ago and haven't thought about them since.
The 60th anniversary, it should have been an offering of 1/6, 1/12, and 1/18.
It would have been cool. I would have done a box set of the same figure and all the different scales.
Yep. And they did what? Classified action
soldier.
They call him action soldier. It's like recon diver and sniper and whatever. It's not like action soldier, action sailor, action marine.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. I don't know. Matt Noon says, John designed that? You're damn straight he did. Show that figure again, boy. Bam! Ghost. So good. The steel web, like everything about it is just freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, and I mean,
look at this guy. I got your 12 inches right here.
I mean, look at how cool this card art is.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's like a if there was an 88, could fit right into the 88 series.
Yep. Absolutely. He's a phenomenal figure. So anyway, yeah, go check out Vargo over here. Go check out Vargo's new video. Come back on Sunday, and then I'll have a new video out on Monday, and I'll be back to the races, kids. Thank you guys all for hanging out with us so much.
Yep.
Yeah, that sniper was just Shooter or Scarlet 2.0. Yeah, and she can't even look up when she's looking down the optics, so whatever. Mr. Vargo, you're gonna hold on, wait.
Just checking in. Have you drank water today? Did you eat? Did you take your meds?
Yeah. I'm gonna let you sign us off, my friend.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah, I just thank everybody. Seriously, if you guys are considering bagging C.H.A.O.S, do it. I mean, you guys saw Darren, the passion that he's got for his line. I mean, he's been very transparent with Hidden Force. I know we haven't got the figures yet, but I really think you guys should consider it. I think they'll be fun figures.
I'm sorry. I'm never going to be allowed to live that down.
Yeah.
What's
But,
up,
yeah.
Dolly fucks? Sorry.
All right. See ya, you fucks.
Ooh, I wasn't ready. All right, one more time. Go.
See ya, you fucks.
Yeah.
Chad, how insensitive of you.